What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever video podcast of Co-op Crew Live. I am one of your hosts tonight, Sonny Typhoon. I'm joined here tonight by Platboy Plays and our guest host, Blue. That's all he's got. That's all he needs. Welcome aboard, everybody. Give a big shout out. Don't forget to like, share, follow the stream. It don't really matter if you like the content. We need the support so we can keep doing the things that we like to do. Just kidding. We do want you to like and see what you like what you're seeing. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and kick it off. Do a quick round of introductions to get everybody familiar with the voices. So we'll start off with Platboy Plays. Platboy Plays, you here with us?
Yes, sir. Playboy in the building.
All right, Blue. You still
Yes, sir.
you here? Or did you run off to the bathroom?
I'm here.
All right, beautiful. All right, so what we're going to be doing with this video podcast is really like this first one is just to get to know each other on a little bit more of an intimate level and talk about the things that got us started as far as why we're here today doing the things that we love to do for everybody's entertainment. So, I'm going to kick it off over back again to Platboy Plays. Platboy Plays. What?
Man, I got the question.
Yeah, go ahead. Bring it on in.
My thing is like I got a guy named Sick License. He was a streamer like on Twitch, and I started playing like Call of Duty on like you know uh console with him like in 2017, and he was just like good as hell. He was like the best FPS player like I ever played with, and like he would like, I'm on Twitch and I'm like, what the fuck is Twitch? You know what I mean? Like, and then all of a sudden, like I start watching his channel and like, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm about to be a streamer or anything like that. I was just straight up like, as time went on watching, I was like, man, I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. And then like, it didn't really happen until I had another friend like uh pushing me to get a PC, come over to PC. But once I bought it, like it was all she wrote. Like I went all in with it. And like I just overall just felt like it'd be fun to, play and like meet people, and like I don't have any intentions of like making millions of dollars streaming. If it happens, it happens. But that was the main thing for me, is just, I felt like I could do it. So I just jumped in. But when I jumped in, I was like, I'm all the way in. Like this is my only try at streaming. Like I'm not gonna like quit for 2 or 3 years and come back. Like this is it. So that's what happened with
Like
me.
I did. So, would you say your streaming was like part of getting the PC? Like, hey, let's experience all there is to it. Like, were you playing on console before and you were just hanging out with your friends playing games like, Call of Duty and whatnot, and then it's like, well, this PC thing's got a lot of power and a lot of options, and would you say that that came with it, or was that a little bit further down the road?
I think so. I think, but mainly just having it and knowing that I could do it. Because when I first I got a pre-made, and it wasn't bad. i7 2080 Super. It was 16 gig RAM, and I looked it up on Google, like YouTube, everything I needed, and like I got it all together, and I was just like, hey, I'm just going for it, like, and it was Sick. Sick License was the guy that like influenced me, and he didn't even know he was influencing me. It was like one day I was just a streamer,
Do you know him
he was like,
personally?
no, just good gamer friend.
Mm,
Just met him, through the pipeline playing Call of Duty through another guy that I was playing with. But once I
gotcha.
started playing with him, like he even elevated like my game in FPS. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching his kill cams and watching his stream. I'm like, okay, he always making sure he got a escape route. You know what I'm saying? So when I play first person shooters,
Okay,
yeah,
he
I'm
always
shooting,
making
but
sure
I'm
he got
head
a.
glitching. I know what's behind me. Stuff like that. I learned that from him though, and it like
Mm-hmm.
took me up there. Like I'm actually decent. I'm not like a Superman with a cape and a first person shooter, but you can kind of, Platt got my back.
Gotcha.
Those type of things, you feel me? Like,
I honestly like I've been gaming a long time on PC, and I wish I knew what Twitch was like 10 years ago. Like when I was raiding ICC and World of Warcraft 6 days a week. Like we were clearing content. I was actually good back then. I wasn't old. I hadn't earned all this gray hair yet. Like I wish I knew what it was. But for me, I'd watch streams like just everybody else watches streams to kind of see somebody else play it, and sometimes it's just noise in the background, but sometimes you want to see like the strats, because that's when you play MMOs, you're trained to watch videos on how to clear boss fights. Figuring
Right.
out boss fights is not how it works because that wastes too much time. If you've ever played any MMO, you know that any raid group that you get into, they're like, "Have you watched the videos yet?" And it's like, "No, you'd be
Yeah,
booted."
they want you to. But
Yeah,
what happened? What happened to that? You know, I'm totally fine. I'm the type of gamer like, let's learn this, you know, together. Like, if everybody agrees to just run into, say, a Destiny raid without
that's
a
what I was gonna
guide,
say.
like,
That's one of the only games left that doesn't, like, the raid's coming out what, Sunday on the new expansion, and nobody knows
yeah,
anything.
Saturday.
Saturday, nobody knows
Mm.
anything. Nobody knows
Mm.
what the bosses are going to be, what to expect, and that's why they have such big to dos where people will watch it, because, like, for us, we may not be able to raid Saturday night. Who
Right,
knows?
right.
But now that ties back
Possibility.
into, yeah, it ties back into what got me started streaming. I was watching, this guy will probably never even know that he inspired me, but one of my favorite streamers is a guy named King Ithalian, and he's really tied into Destiny real big. He does like Guardian Con and stuff. I
Yeah.
watched his stream, and he had like 750 subscribers in like one stream, and I'm like, that's not even tips. And I did the math. I'm like, this dude's making like 5 grand a day plus streaming. Like, oh my god! And I'm like, I don't
And then the
have the,
stars on top of that, like,
yeah, you
it's,
get all that other stuff, but I was like, dude, me and my friends, we're super funny, so I got to be able to catch like a slice of that pie. So I had a pre-built computer at the time, and I got a webcam, and I spent hours, I mean hours and hours and hours watching videos how to set up, like Streamlabs OBS had just come out at the time, it's still in beta, learning how to do all the different little tooling in your graphics and everything. Like, I mean, I spent tons of time, and I streamed 7 days a week sometimes, most of the time, to where it's like if I wasn't working I was streaming. I was just trying to get it. And Twitch is super hard to get anywhere. You just got to get lucky. And I've been
the
rated.
reach factor, man. This
Yeah,
with Twitch, you can I mean, I think I like the setup better, like for
it's way
viewers.
more intuitive, and
Yeah,
you can
but
clip
like,
easier, and it's
yeah,
better,
yeah,
fun stuff on your screen. But
right.
going a little different direction, Facebook Live, like your videos stay. Like they'll pop up in people's feeds, and you'll get likes and
Yeah,
views,
later
and
on, like,
yeah, like
you
2 3 days
know,
later, a week later. So I
yeah,
mean, I think that's, like, if you could marry the two, I think that'd be good. I was about to jump on Mixer, and then Mixer dumped, but I mean,
yeah,
never it's never easy to get into the saturated pool. But I know why most people want to get into streaming. I have to assume that most people want to get into streaming to share and hopefully make some cheddar on the side, because at the end of the day, I
right.
mean, every little bit helps.
Definitely like a side. I wouldn't consider it a side hustle yet, but you know, I paid bills off of it. But
I always say
like,
I'm going to work.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but if you wanted to go somewhere, you got to kind of like treat it like a job, you know? Like,
Mhm.
I try to be somewhat consistent. I can't do a permanent schedule or anything
Cause
because
work.
of my work. You know, I have a weird schedule, so I have to just stream when I'm off, you know, but it's gonna be different day. Like, you'll see me Friday, Saturday, Sunday stream, then I'm gone for 3 days. Then,
Yeah.
you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday stream, gone for 3 days. But you know,
I don't
we're
want to
gonna make
beat
it
it
work.
up too much because we're leaving Blue out because he's not streaming yet. But I
Oh,
am
it's
Oh
all
yeah,
good,
curious.
man. I was gonna actually chime in and say,
Yeah, go
there's
ahead.
nothing wrong with doing what you love doing to make a little extra money.
right, right, right. And I think that's what it comes down to. Like, I'm not trying to like, I didn't jump into this to be Stone Mountain, or anything like, you know what I mean? Like I just like I think there's a space for me here, and like, you know, my pitch is I'm regular as shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is just a cool guy playing games. If you want to play, jump in. Like,
It's your
and I,
regular
you know,
average Joe.
right, exactly. And real quick, let me shout out the likes. We got Angie coming through with the like, Tam with the like. Don't watch gaming is in the building. Appreciate y'all for the likes, the shares, and hopefully we might snag a follower or two.
Yeah,
Go ahead, go ahead.
none of my alerts are working on this end, so I apologize, Chad. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to redo some stuff, more hours putting into it. Streaming isn't just like sit down in front of a camera and like just start talking and magically everything happens. Like there's a lot of prep time put in, like making this face look halfway presentable. Oh my god. You know, I had to make my bed. So
Man.
y'all don't think I'm a slob. But no, all jokes aside, like I was curious if you do a lot of social media presence outside of the stream, like because you have the Facebook page. Do you post anything on there? Do you have like an Instagram, a Twitter, TikTok? Do you have other avenues to get your presence out there?
Yeah, I have them. I don't use them as much as I should, but I definitely have them. TikTok is I use TikTok probably more than the others, and Facebook, of course, with the ability to like share it, and the 5,000 people friend list can see it, and one of them might share it, and that's another 3, 4,000. You know what I'm saying? Like the reach is crazy with Facebook. It's just you got to hit it like at the perfect time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've tried to use the social media outside. I had a Sunny Typhoon Twitter, I had a Sunny Typhoon Instagram, and like I don't share a lot to my personal page, number one, because I do keep a lot of things private as far as on social media.
Right.
Plus, I have a mix of people. Like the last thing I want is my mom to see me cutting up on here. Like she's a sweet gray-haired 78-year-old lady or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I don't want her to be ashamed of her son. Some of the stuff that I say is a little bit out there, to say it nicely.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing with social media is that you do have to watch what you do to a degree, or you're
Yeah.
going to be labeled some way.
Yeah, I mean,
Eh,
don't want to
Spread like
get
a
into.
virus.
Yeah, I mean, it's without getting into like the ticky tacky side of things. The internet's permanent. Oh, we got Modelo's. What's up,
Please,
baby?
extreme.
Sorry,
You
mama.
know, all my business out there.
Yeah, I mean, within reason. Like I don't mind burping, farting, acting like a
Yeah.
clown. But that's my stage personification. I don't
Yeah,
act like that in public
I
at
think I see some
all.
heat coming up behind you now, man. Like his camera's not blurred, Chad. He actually just blew one.
It's all the vape cloud up in here because I vape like a chimney. I get in trouble all the time for that.
Yeah, yeah.
So as far as like the streaming goes, I feel like we've really hit on that pretty well as far as like inspirations and aspirations. Because who wouldn't want to quit their job and do this every day? I
Exactly.
can be introverted. I guess they call it an extroverted introvert or whatever. Because I do keep to myself a lot. I give a lot of energy to scenarios, and there's nights where I'm home and I could stream, but I just don't have enough to give to it. Where it's like I'm not gonna give my best. It's like I just kind of feel like chilling and just playing a video game with like some TV on the side, like put The Office on and just kind of relax. 'Cause that's my downtime.
Yeah,
But
I'm with it. With it.
it's like I said earlier, there's a lot that you put into it. It's not just, oh, we got together one day. Like we had to discuss, even just for this isn't just chilling on camera, and it's like we had to come up with, what are we going to talk about? Because we can talk about random stuff and that's fine. I don't mind doing that all night,
Mhm.
but we want kind of a little bit better direction with this. So this is just, like I said, this
Right.
one tonight's just a little bit more of a small intimate dive into things, of like the
Filling it
roots.
out.
Yeah, the roots. It's the first one, so nothing real crazy. People are definitely allowed to ask questions in the chat, and we will, pause to answer those questions and interact with you guys because we do love the interaction. It means the world because when I first started streaming, the rule was there's 0 followers and you talk like you got 1,000. And I mean, I'm
Right.
real good at talking to myself and answering myself, and I'm not crazy. There we go. One just came in now. Thanks,
Oh
Jay.
yeah, appreciate the share, Angie.
Thank you
Appreciate
so much. So, let me ask you guys this, because video games didn't just one day we were sitting here like video games are like a formatic thing back in the past. So, and we can get Blue in on this one too. You're gonna have to show your colors as far as your age goes. But what was so like? I go back to Coleco days, which y'all don't even know what that is. Channel F and Coleco. It's not even 8-bit. It's
Vision.
like 2-bit. Like those games, I still have a big like love in my heart for them. But what's that one game that like you go back to your childhood and it's like that was the game? We'll let Blue start this
Man.
one.
Yeah, go ahead, Blue.
Well, I started off on Atari first, man.
Dang,
That would have
nice.
to be like Crazy Maze and Pitfall, but it would
Pitfall.
be around like '89 when we got the Nintendo. When it was the Nintendo, it was the Legend of Zelda
Oh,
Oh shit.
cartridge. Yeah, I played the hell out of that one. Loved it. Loved going through it the second time and trying to figure out where everything was again
Right.
yeah.
since it switches up.
That was a good one. Dude, Pitfall, you
I
say
love
on the Atari. Were you one of the
Mhm.
people that got ET on Atari and
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
dude.
get so bad?
Hold
You just
on. Hold
you
on
just
before.
no, hold on.
What?
You just don't know about the Atari, man. You know those big, huge rectangle milk crates back in the day?
Yeah.
We had 2 of those full of fucking Atari games.
Whoa. That's like 8 tracks and Atari's taking up all that room.
Damn. Man,
Dang.
E.T. on Atari is the hardest game
It is.
ever created.
I think so. It was
That shit was like I would just put it in and like walk back and forth and like what the fuck are we supposed to do? Like
there was no guidebooks back then. It's like
yeah, it was like
what crazy
I mean,
psychopath made this game?
exactly. All he could do was like walk back and forth and duck. But like he didn't have like no enemies throwing rocks at him or nothing. Like I couldn't figure it out, man. But
That's what I like.
to go with the question,
Yeah,
what
what
got
was your
me,
game?
okay, Atari 2600. It was a game called Yours Revenge. First game I ever played. And it's like it was dope back then. Like it was like this is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like look it up, Yours Revenge. The cover of it looks like a big ass mosquito shooting little balls. Like it was kind of like a Galaga type thing, but it was man, it was dope. It was dope. But that was my first game. And
Oh, you
then
can get it on Steam.
you can?
Mm-hmm. Looks
Your
like they
oh
remade
man.
it in 2011.
We might have a Yours Revenge stream coming up.
Oh, it's all
But
3D now.
oh shit. And then fishing derby. It was 2 guys sitting on a cliff on each side, a body of water in between them, and a fishing pole with like just a line that went up and down. Like you couldn't cast or nothing. So you had to like just dip the line in and try to line it up with the fish as they cross over. Craziest shit I ever seen at the time. Pole position. The
Mm-hmm.
first like fast, movement game that I played. That was on Atari. But that's what started me off. Once I touched that, it was a wrap. Like I'm calling in. I mean, calling in like I'm at
Calling in
work.
sick
But
to school.
bruh, I'm playing hooky. Mom, I'm sick, and like I lay down. She'd be like, "Well, lay your ass down, boy." Faking and shit. That's what she used to tell me. And then like I act like I'm asleep like to like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and like I turn the volume down all the way on the TV and like go to work.
So,
Trying to tell y'all. Hey Jay, what's up?
incidentally,
Appreciate the like, babe.
it says that this Yar's Revenge was the most successful non-licensed game on the Atari 2600. I never even heard of it.
Yeah,
Like, how
don't think
crazy
I'm
I've
is
heard
trying
of
to
that?
it
tell
either.
you, it's a reason, man. I'm trying to tell you, like Yards Revenge, like stole, my athletic life from me. You know what I mean? Like I played football in high school, but I could have went further. But I was like, fuck practice, fuck man. Trying to tell
So,
y'all.
we had a Coco 2 Tandy something Radio Shack computer, and the whole computer was the keyboard. That's it. And it had a cable that would run, and this is so old, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. You don't understand this. But it would run in. We had a special coax. Coax? No, it was. I don't even remember how it plugged up. There was a box and it was 2 screws and they were Y connectors. It was like 2 wires. That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That was before the RF adapter came out.
Yeah,
The
and it was
screw-on.
like before the Commodore 64. So we had these games where you could like, and everything you could code on it, but there was no memory. So if you did that, we'd do this one, like we had a book full of things that you could do, but like we played games on cassette. There was a tape player that you put games into and it would read the game off the cassette and you would play it. Like Pooh Yan's Adventure, you probably heard of Zaxxon, like that's an old arcade game. Like we're going way back. So like that was where I started. We had this one called Downland and you literally had 9 caves and there would be boulders bouncing, you'd have to jump over them or duck under them, and then there'd be acid water drips dripping down and you couldn't get hit. And it was kind of like a Donkey Kong thing, and you like jump.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I had something for Donkey.
OG Donkey Kong, you know.
Go ahead.
But that was like, that was huge for us. We had nothing. Like we grew up so poor. Grew up in the sticks out in the middle of nowhere, and I mean we played outside, ran holes in our socks and all that. But when it was our turn for the computer, I had 4 other siblings, so like when it was your turn, you got into it. We had some of those games. Like to this day are like, whoa, I can't believe that's, you know, compared to now we're playing Destiny 2. And it's like these things are like 4-bit side scrollers. But the game for me, like that's the formative. Like I loved gaming. I love that stuff. But Mario 3 was huge for me. That was huge, iconic during that portion of like every kid's life back then. You had The Wizard came out, the movie with the Power Glove. Like
the Power Glove.
Oh yeah.
Fred Savage.
Man.
Hey,
real quick, my boy Skyler says he want a youngin in here, but talking stuff I don't know nothing about. Just old
I
talk
saw
here.
that.
Well,
my guy was born when PlayStation 1 came out. Oh my goodness.
I guess we just found our
we
just found our next guest. What we call him? Guest co-op crew guy. Our next guest. There you go. Next guest
Machine, if you want to jump in, I'll send you the Discord link. Just let me know, bro. We talking about everything gaming, and we all kind of stuff. So.
We getting an impromptu join in?
We may.
All right.
Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis.
So we can go off on a wild tangent here and talk about what the best fighting game is, because I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it.
He just started off with Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis.
So
Super Mario
for Super Mario for Super Nintendo was like Mario 3 was amazing, but Super Mario for SNES was like, what? This game's amazing. Yoshi, the cape, like absolutely. Oh my god. And I mean, we had Nintendo Power back then. I know y'all don't know what that is, but like you had to get Nintendo Power because you didn't have internet back then to learn all the secrets. Like I bet you didn't know.
Yeah, Game Pro.
Yeah, that was my neighbor, man. He subscribed to it, so if I needed any information, I'd go to him.
Bro, on Mario, go ahead.
I used to go to Kroger, right? They had a book section.
And
part of their section was game magazines. We used to go in with a piece of paper and a pen and write down all the Mortal Kombat fatalities and just leave the store. We couldn't afford the magazine.
You didn't have digital cameras back then either.
I couldn't tell my mom, like, hey mom, give me $3 for this magazine. Hell no, boy. You know what I mean? Like, and
I had to save up.
We had to, you know what I'm saying? We had to walk in, open a magazine. We knew it was on like page 22 or something like that. Like all the codes started on the same page in every magazine, so we just hit,
run right in,
right down,
scribble it down and run out.
This shit was crazy, bro.
So the grocery store that we went to every Sunday after church, they didn't have all that. It was only Nintendo Power, and like you had to save your money so that when the right magazine came through, you couldn't just buy any one. And like that was the thing is we got the Mario 3 Nintendo Power magazine, so that's how we found out like the magic flutes. We didn't know anything about it. We didn't know how to try and break games.
All your shortcuts.
I found out about I found out like ducking behind that white
The white
block to
block
like
on
get
1-3. Yeah.
yeah, I found that out from like neighborhood friends.
Yeah,
It's
and that's
like
how
I
we got the
couldn't beat
information.
yeah, I
Word of
couldn't
mouth.
beat King Hippo on Mike Tyson Punch Out because I didn't know you had to hit him in his
And
mouth
yep, and to pull his
and
hands
then
up and then punch him in the stomach.
right. That
You
shit was
learn that from
crazy.
everybody else, you know. So,
Mean
but
Machine
that's
says he says Duck Hunt with the gun and he says Halo on the first Xbox OG console took him away from PlayStation.
oh
Wow,
wow,
because I think that happened to me too, but I went back to PlayStation after so many years.
yeah. Like there's tons of meat on this bone as far as all the different jumps in like what moved through. Because I've been a PC gamer for like 20 years. Like the first time I got a PC, it was like a Windows 95 PC. We were using AOL dial up, and I almost lost my life because I got it from my grandfather who lived in West Virginia. When he passed away, I took the computer and I did not change the dial up number from Clarksburg, West Virginia. So I was playing a lot back then. Like, because AOL, man, you had chat rooms and you had all these other things. Like 14.4 was all we could afford out there. But I was dialing in to West Virginia from New York. So I was long distance calling, dude. I ran up like a $900 phone bill, like the end of Home Alone 2 when his dad's like, "You spent $967 on room service." That was my dad. Like, "You spent $900 on the internet."
Oh, that shit crazy.
Well, I
Jesus,
thought,
man.
yeah,
I got a few. My bad.
Oh, go for
Okay,
it.
yeah.
I'm just trying to keep up with a few of the comments. My boy Scholar says I played on a Sega before and a Nintendo NES, blowing in the NES games to
Yeah,
get them to work.
Yippee.
the harmonica cartridges. Yep.
Yeah,
And you knew you had to
yeah.
get a little spit in there, otherwise it wouldn't work. Which is kind of
Exactly. It
gross
had
Or if
now.
they're really dirty, you got to go get the Q-tip and the rubbing alcohol and
rubbing
clean it
alcohol.
out.
Yeah.
Yep.
That shit crazy, man. Everybody had to do that. I've never ran into a mint condition Nintendo where you just slide it in and it works.
Well, a lot of people were sending them off to be refurbished like a decade ago. There was something
Mm-hmm.
online where you could get the pin connector inside changed out because it was like not a clamshell, but they were like frictioned. They just got
Uh,
wore out from jamming the
Listen,
cartridge in there all the time.
okay. Angie, Dreamcast, Crazy Taxi, Zelda on Nintendo. Angie,
Mm-hmm.
you play Zelda? I wouldn't think Angie would be wanting to play a game. But I'm not saying, I don't get that from you. But I guess you do watch
So we're
streams
talking
promote stuff.
like that transition in the '90s from like where they're starting to go to CDs, PlayStation 1, Crazy Taxi, and all them. Star Fox, I
Yeah.
see that. Mario Kart, oh my
Yeah,
God,
Star
Mario
Fox
Kart.
was
Ooh.
groundbreaking. I don't care what y'all say. Star Fox on the 64 was absolutely groundbreaking. Like up until that point, I hadn't played a game that was like that good as Star Fox.
That game probably created more virgins than any other game on the planet.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just real quick before we move on, Sonny was talking about how people were getting them refurbished. I used to have a used game place called GameWorks here where I live, and I took mine in there. I had it torn apart though, so all they had to do was take that piece out and replace it. And it cost me $25. It would have cost me a little over $50 if they had to tear it apart.
Dang.
Yeah.
Went in
That's
there,
Now,
cheap.
and like he said, man, it didn't matter how long that damn cartridge was sitting. I just slid it in and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
damn.
There's so many games, and I know the Switch has like those nostalgic, like if you have the online and you can play them. It's the replayability on some pretty tough. I picked up this thing
Yeah.
from GameStop. They're called Game and Watch, and I picked the one up that has Zelda 1 and 2 on it. Oh my God, man!
Hmm.
I wish the screen
Yeah.
was a little bit bigger because my eyeballs are getting older. But like reliving, I can still remember where most of the heart containers are, and like it's not bad. I had to Google a couple of things. Like I know where the blue ring is. I'm like, all right, how many hearts do I got to get the Master Sword? I was like, because I tried to go get it, and I'm like, I'm not strong enough. What? I had to Google it. I'm like, oh my God. We used to keep
Yeah.
graph paper so we could draw the dungeons out and like little
And then-
arrows of which way to go. B for bomb here.
Yep.
That at Modelo
And then you
looking
had to get the
MPJ.
piece of meat for the one guy that does the
So you could buy
grumble
potions.
grumble.
Yep.
No, it's Dungeon 7, I
Oh,
think.
that's
6 or
right.
7.
The letter was
It's
for the
over in
potions.
the wood area, and you have to bring him that chunk of meat to get past him to continue on through the
Mhm.
dungeon.
Yep. And you don't. I don't think you technically have to, but you want the prize out of there. I think he's in front of the because each dungeon had a like
specific deal, your
like
bow or whatever.
yeah, getting the bow and then getting the boomerang and things like that.
Mhm.
I always rush to get that blue boomerang so it'd go across the screen. We were like ninjas with that thing, like phew, grabbing rupees as we were walking through the other door, like didn't care. And here's another funny side note thing. Gaming back then versus gaming now, where everything now is on an analog stick versus a D-pad. I mean, I've spent like the last 2 decades pretty much being PC gamer, so going back to these consoles now, PlayStation 5, this, Series Xboxes, everything's on analog, and I'm like, dude, I suck. Like, give me a D-pad, I whip all y'all's butts. But these analog sticks, it's like, I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't know if anybody else has that. Oh, give it a little shake over there. That's fine.
I
Yeah.
grew up on pretty much everything. Dad was big into building computers and whatnot growing up, so I remember all the way back in the day when it was floppy disk playing Frogger,
Yeah.
Number monsters.
going through all the different drives. You had the floppy drive, then it went to the hard drive.
The 5-inch
then-
floppy and then the 3.5-inch floppy, and it was like 10 discs to play a game.
Yeah, and then you went to that one. I can't even remember. It was that purplish looking hard drive disc. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I don't remember that
since
one.
we on that, since we on the floppy disk subject, beer is nasty, Crown is better. I like both of them the same, but let's
Just
talk
mix-
about it. Since we on this floppy disk thing, can we pay homage to Oregon Trail?
Oregon Trail. This podcast may die of dysentery.
You're gonna have to. What is Oregon
What?
Trail? I
You
don't
never
remember
played
that one.
Oh, it's
This
like a
is- I
text-based
remember
game.
Text based, because I remember one. Have you guys heard of Hugo? Because that's
No.
kind of like the only text based one that I've done.
I haven't heard of Hugo, but it was like, okay, it was just a drawn out black and white
Mhm.
picture of a carriage with a guy sitting in like the front seat with his wife or something like that with a
Carmen
mule on the front.
Sandiego's another good one too. Sorry to
Yeah.
chime in. Go ahead. Your
Cute,
chat.
sitting with the with his wife or whatever, and you're just trying to make it. Is he trying to make it to Oregon or make it?
Yeah, you're trying to make the
or
trail out to Oregon, and you
and it's
have to
coming
have
from like
supplies
fucking
and stuff.
Virginia or something though. Like,
And you have to have medicine, and random things can happen, like Indians can attack your wagons. You
right.
got to shoot the
Mhm.
deer. The deer would be moving across the screen, and you had to aim it just right. Bleep.
Yeah, that was our first mouse and keyboard shooting game. Like you could actually move the pointer and hit the deer or the buffalo. But the thing about the hunting part is you couldn't take all the meat or your wagon would get too heavy and then you would slow down and you can die in a snowstorm. The kids die of diseases. Your wife dies. You die. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's
There's
just
so
crazy
much
as hell.
going
Like,
on.
yeah.
I see. What I was talking about was where you actually had to type what you wanted to do. You
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You do.
behind
Like
the
it
rock,
asks
all
you.
that. You actually
Yeah.
had to type and tell the dude to walk left,
Yeah.
walk right.
So that's
you know what
gonna
I'm saying?
be
It
like
was no pushing WASD or anything like
Yeah.
that to walk.
So those
Yeah.
types of games back in my day, we called them muds or
day?
mushes. They were multi-user domains, and they were kind of. I played one. There was a bunch of them, but I played one called Forest Edge, and you eventually you could go into the client and link your arrow keys. So it's like moving north, south, east, and west, and like every room had a description, and sometimes there'd be things sitting in there. Like I played a mage, and if you go to the beach and pick up a bunch of pebbles, you use the pebbles to do magic missile. So you had to type in prep magic missile, and if you were like a paladin, you'd prep your like lesser heals or major heals, and it would lock up your mana. So if you had 100 mana and each cast cost 10, like you would prep 10 of those things, you'd have 10 missiles and 0 mana until you spent it, and then it would start regenerating back up. And like you kill bosses, they would drop like a stone. You go in this area and you'd search under a rock, and you'd leave for a couple minutes, go back in, and it'd spawn. Eventually you'd find a chain, you'd take it back into town and craft like an agate or whatever it's called, that stone like necklace. It give you like +1 hit points. Like There was some crazy games back there. Like y'all, there was no graphics. It was all words. The whole thing was in your head of what you were seeing. It was actually really fun.
My goodness. Quick shout outs. Mike Fees with the like in the building. My boy Sonny with the like. CT with the like. AJ coming through with the like. Mean Machine. Skylar, appreciate the like and the share, baby. We got Jay Will in the building. She says 1883 on Paramount.
Oh,
It's based
yeah.
on the Oregon Trail.
I gotta watch that.
Because that'll be dope.
Yeah.
Like to actually see it in live action. Live action coming to theaters soon. Live action. The
You ever
Oregon
see?
Trail.
You ever see
Like,
Doom?
That'd be crazy as hell.
Did you see Doom with the Rock? Where at the end, like he's walking and it's like the screen's moving, like in Doom, where the gun's swaying when he runs. Like that's like I love stuff like
Oh,
that. It'd be
man.
funny if they actually have like a deer cross and the guy's like pew, to shoot it. And it's like, oh, it's dope.
Hey, rate
Hey.
Doom from 1 to 10. The movie. With the Rock.
Movie's pretty bad, bro.
It's trash. like the
It's
Price is
worth
Right
one
noise.
watch. It's worth one watch. You know, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's pretty bad.
I wouldn't even be mad if you said it was the worst movie you ever seen.
So
Like,
what's the best video game like crossover into movie like that you've seen? Because Silent Hill was a dope movie.
Man, movie crossover.
I remember playing that game.
Name
man.
some so I can say you're like, yeah, that
Creeped
one.
me out.
Me Machine say 4 out of 10 on Doom.
4 out of 10. I wasn't.
We right on point. We right on point with that.
All right, let's
Doom
take a
was
look at
trash.
video
God.
game movies.
I do gotta give.
Resident Evil movie was
Resident
horrible.
Evil's good. I like the first
Well,
one. Oh, that's
I
number
like-
1. Silent Hill's number 2. Prince of Persia. Oh, that was so good. I love that.
Okay. If we go on video game movie, Prince of Persia is probably the best one.
Hold on. I got a really strong contender, and I'm pulling at children's heartstrings here. Super Mario Brothers.
The movie?
The movie, bro.
Man,
It's terrible
the
now, but when you
Goombas-
was a kid,
The Goombas was grown men.
yeah, but it's come on, man.
I was like, the scale was like way off. Like it used to make me so mad that the Goombas were like bigger than Mario, and like I don't know. I'm kind of lost.
That's all right. All right,
You-
we'll pull the Super Mario entry off the table.
I'll put this on the table. If you want to talk about some slightly bad game movies, you got to throw in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2.
The
Both-
first
no,
one I
hold on,
It
liked.
was a
the
little
first-
bit better than the first, in my opinion.
Really?
This last
just a
one
little
was.
bit.
Y'all can say
I
what
like
you
the
want.
first one.
I like the
first one
first
I like
one
the
too.
first
Good,
one.
but it just the characters got a little better, I thought, in the second.
See that I hated when they changed Raiden. I felt like the first Raiden was like
Mhm.
really fucking Raiden. Like
I
the
was-
second one, he was like, we have to go in that cave and save Earth. You know what I mean? Like he was like his voice like didn't match like the first guy, whoever that is. I've seen him in plenty movies, but I don't know his name. But
I didn't care for the
his
Sonya
voice
chick.
was- Yeah, Sonya.
She was too stiff looking. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? To
yeah.
be able to do martial arts. But the thing is that she was the last minute replacement, and I can't remember who the first person was. But I think the first person ended up getting hurt or whatever, and they ended up having to have to bring her in to play
Okay,
as Sonya.
okay.
That's
did you guys-
Because she was like literally last minute into the movie.
Right.
So
What did you think of like the Hitman adaptation? 'Cause I liked it.
I
Hitman
never
was
watched
dope.
it.
Like some of them like aren't just bad. You know what I'm saying? But what's up, Swift, over there on Twitch? My bad, bro. My bad. Hey, if y'all want to jump in the chat, I'll send you the Discord and you can join us with the talk. But like most of video game movies are like okay. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
the ones when I watch it, like I want them to be like
Spot
just
on.
like the game. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's where I like Resident Evil was good. Like it had some of the
I liked it.
names, but
Those
the main
creepers.
character.
Oof.
The main character
Or tongue
wasn't
lashers, whatever.
like in the game. like the character that Mila was playing, like she's nowhere in the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was weird. They had Ada Wong, they had Chris Redfield, I think wasn't Leon in like the third one or something like that. They had Claire
Claire,
Redfield
yeah.
and Mr. X and the
So
Nemesis guy was in there. You know, like it's you know, I thought the movie would like be based on the guys and characters that we played with. So
so Prince of
I do
Persia
have.
is still strong. What else you got?
Oh, I was gonna say I do have a question for you guys. How did you feel when you first played Resident Evil though on the PlayStation?
Okay.
I didn't. Okay, go ahead.
That
Go
shit
ahead.
I was
freaked me the hell out.
I turned 21. We got a case of Miller High Life and some alcohol. I think I was drinking amaretto sours back then.
Oh, you was
And
21 when the first Resident Evil came out.
so it had been out for a
God
little
damn,
bit. This
baby.
is the first time I played it. I was drunk,
Okay, okay.
and these arms crawl through the windows, and there's things crawling across the ceiling. Man, at one point it scared snot out of me. I threw the controller, almost broke the TV. I said, I'm done with this. I haven't played one since.
I was
Okay.
screaming like a sissy, man.
Okay,
First time
Resident
playing
Evil.
that style.
It's been 2 decades. I'm past it. I have Resident Evil Village because it was a steelbook at work, and I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick up this collector's edition. Still haven't played it. Nope.
All right, I gotta admit, I gotta, you know, I didn't play Resident Evil unless my brother was watching me play it,
You had to have that other person there.
and I'm ashamed.
There's nothing wrong with wanting some moral support.
Yeah, I was like, man, let's play Resident Evil. I was like, if I die, you can play. You know what I'm saying? Like I was gassing them up, but
So
it was go
side note,
ahead.
Mean Machine said Tomb Raider, Lara Croft's Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. That's a real solid entry. I don't think it'll take down Prince of Persia, but that was the next one I was gonna bring up. That and Max Payne was real good.
Oh yeah,
I liked
I
Max
like
Payne
Max
a lot.
Payne.
Yeah, I've got
Oh,
this whole list of
he
them.
he brought up a game that like took over a lot of my life, and Siphon Filter was like dope as fuck.
I never played that one, but I heard it was really good.
Man, it was nice. Now, if they not redid, but made like a newer version of it, because I really don't like remakes too often. Like I'm like, just give me some new content with the same, you know, protagonist, antagonist, with the same shit. Just make it better. Like,
Yeah, I know what game you're
Siphon
talking about.
Filter
I've never
4 or
played it.
5. Like just keep them coming. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Those
but
type
yeah,
of
Siphon
games
Filter, man, that was crazy.
was
So
Splinter Cell for me.
yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
love
shit.
Tom Clancy stuff.
Was it Sam? Was his name Sam? The main guy in Splinter Cell? It was Sam
God, it's
something.
been so long.
But
So
when you say Splinter Cell, you cannot leave out Metal Gear Solid.
Metal.
Hmm.
So I
I,
played the OG Metal Gears, and then I ended up playing the first Metal Gear Solid. That was the last one I played
yeah,
because they're not on PC.
I played all the way till the last one they dropped on PS4.
If y'all never
But
played the original
uh,
Metal Gear, though, you don't understand.
the
Like you had to
PlayStation?
pull no on Nintendo
Oh,
Entertainment System. You
Nintendo.
had to
Yeah,
pull
you're
out the
right.
key card to open the door, and then you had to run in the room. And as soon as you got in the room, you were going to take one tick of damage in a gas room. And then you had to put on your gas mask, run over, grab the rations off the table, run out, rinse and repeat. You did that until your rations was full. You'd have like 6 healths. It was such a pain in the butt back then. Oh my god. I never beat any of those games. Just Metal Gear Solid because that one was a lot easier to play. Oh my god, the original
I
NES
beat
ones.
the PS. I beat the PlayStation 1 version, then Sons of Liberty?
Mm.
Metal Gear Solid 2 on a PS2. I beat that one. And 3, I think it was Sons of Liberty on PlayStation 3. And I beat that one. But I didn't beat this last one on 4. It was more broad and wide open. And
Busting out them
I
OG
fell in
titles
love.
over there. So one last live action movie that I think did not get enough credit was the Assassin's Creed movie. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So I'm
Now,
gonna
but
I'm just make a run for the. I pulled the Mario Brothers off the table, trying to hit some nostalgic nerves, and I know it's not canon, but I think like the Final Fantasy movies, even the Spirits Within, which was the weird one where she was dreaming about the aliens, but like Advent Children with Cloud and Sephiroth, I think those are some of the best cinematic things ever made.
Advent is
Oof.
okay. We can just do this. We got tier 1, or we can say like
That's fair.
tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and 4 being like the garbage can.
Like Doom.
But Advent Children is tier 1.
Yeah. Dude, that was pushing the boundaries of graphics back then.
That
it was
was
mind-blowing
absolutely
compared to
tier
what
1.
we have now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's typically the same stuff, running off the same engine and whatnot. But when that came out,
that's what 10 plus years ago.
mind-blowing.
Let's see. I think it's in this list.
Yeah, it's a while back. Nico Bleed, appreciate the light.
Advent Children was 2005, so that was 17 years ago. That's dang near 20 years ago. Like for all you young bucks out there.
It was 05?
05.
Shit.
Yeah.
I got it on DVD.
But each time I watch it, it's like I'm in tune. Like I'm stuck to it.
That
like
first one though, the Final Fantasy Spirits Within was like, I couldn't believe that movie was like made. Like the graphics on that. Now Advent Children, I get it. Like Final Fantasy 7 is in my top like 3 favorite games ever.
All time.
All time. Like
Ooh.
PlayStation playing that, like I put hours, hundreds of hours into that game.
I think I'm top 5. Let's do this. I'm sorry. Let's do
this. Hold on. GoldenEye on 64. We'll get there. Golden, your chat. I'm just reading your chat.
I was laughing about.
Yeah, that's.
I want to see what the chat think on this. Give me your top 5 games of all time.
GoldenEye is definitely a nostalgic. Now, if Nintendo would take GoldenEye, clean it up, port it over to Switch, make servers so you could multiplayer that, they could sell that game for $39.99 and people would buy that by the millions. Because that game would be amazing. You could even do it for $30. Come on, man. Come on, Nintendo. I'm full of good ideas. All right, Metroid Fusion is. I haven't played Metroid Fusion, but I just picked up a 3DS and I got Metroid Samus Returns.
Dread?
That game's dope.
I thought you got Dread or something like
that. I have Dread on the
man,
Switch.
The original Metroid is the best, man, in my
Super Nintendo Metroid. I like the
Super
best.
Yeah, the Super Metroid. I like that.
Super Metroid
that's
was
my all-time
so
favorite
good. I love that game. Yeah, Metroid's a big one. I like the AAA's, man.
Metroid. I remember playing that with my brother. You know, we just pass it back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like it's a long game. Like if you just playing it, you know what I mean. Like if you're not looking up codes and cheats and stuff, it was long as shit. But I'll give you.
Shit, I'll start off with my top 5. Looking that crap up back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, like books and shit like that. But,
Game Sharks. Game
Sharks. Do you realize we're talking days and weeks in between getting to see the information on it, you know?
Yeah. You didn't have the internet.
Months.
What about the days where when you played a game, you got as far as you could get, but you had to either leave the system on or
leave the system on and start over. And then they started putting batteries in games. It's like, thank God. That was
leave the
Super
system
Nintendo.
Go and turn the TV off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Some of these are some pretty nostalgic. I saw the old Pokemons in there, which the new Pokemon's coming out the end of the year, folks. Get your pre-orders in on those at your local game stores because...
There you go. It's a plug.
I'm just telling you right now that I may work for a mainstream game store, and we've sold out of Arceus 4 times already since it came out, and... Yeah.
Wow.
These new games are going to be dope. I mean, they sold millions. I mean, they had to have sold like 10 million copies of that. It's ridiculous. It's a great game. But that's like huge. And then they've got new games coming out following the new meta. And it's like, get your pre-orders in or you ain't getting it.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Sorry.
Here's my top 5. And I'm going best to worst. So 1 to 5. Metal Gear Solid, PS1. Street Fighter
Ooh.
Special Champion Edition, Sega Genesis. Monster Hunter World
Mm.
at number 3. Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7 at 4. And 5 would be Halo, because that's the first game I played as a professional. So Halo would be my 5. So yeah, that's my list.
All right, Blue, you go next. What's your top
Oh
5?
shit.
He said I'm not ready.
I'm only like halfway through thinking about this while listening to him.
All right, so I'll go then. So I don't know how well my top 5 is because I've got genres, but like Final Fantasy,
My 10 is crazy. Like,
Final
but my
Fantasy
5 is
7 is probably like one of it's got to be like my favorite game ever. But that whole franchise of games is just brilliant. I don't really play them anymore. I'll play Final Fantasy 7 Remake, but Final Fantasy Tactics is a really, I wouldn't say it's an obscure title. They've redone it a bunch of different times on systems, but Final Fantasy Tactics is like my number 2 game. Like I love that game like crazy.
Tier 1.
Oh, it's tier 1. Oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah.
I put a lot of hours into those games. Now, as far as like from that, like Metroid, Zelda, like I know I go, triple A's, but like my it's hard to round out on the top 5 because movies is the easier top 5, because it's like, oh yeah, everybody loves Fight Club, that's definitely a top 5. But like some of these games, it's like a which Zelda, like the Zelda on the Game Boy that you can get remastered on the Switch now, the Link's Awakening, that was an awesome game. I loved it. I had a Game Boy in college, and like the Final Fantasies back then, that like can't play them now, they suck, But even the Metroid on the Game Boy, so good like back then. Replayability
Right.
is so hard. So that's why I say Final Fantasy 7 is still, with the remake or even the original, so good. You can still play it
Like,
today.
was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the remake is outrageous.
I haven't
And
finished it yet, but
they
it's
broke
so
it
good.
down. I haven't finished the first set yet, but like it's one of those games where I can like say if I don't have anything to do for the day, I could play it the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those types. So
It's so good. I mean, like Mario's, like I would go to Walmart, like, and literally hog the display at Walmart and start a fresh game and play until my neck basically, I was like had to take the next day off because I was in traction because my neck was so out of whack because I'm staring up playing the game. Like there's some iconic now as far as like replayability, or like there's like Secret of Mana, such a great game. Chrono Trigger, like those franchises, like there's so many good games out there. It's really hard for me to top 5 because I play a lot of games, and being a PC gamer, like I played Mega Man X on PC. Like that was one of those games, I think one of my first disc games in the PC. Like I didn't have, it might have been a 3.5 floppy, and I had to install like 5 or 10 floppies. Like I don't even remember. It's been 30 years, getting kind of old here, like 25, 30 years,
we
So there's so many good games. That top 5 is super, like it. I think it'd be easier to, pull out like your top 100 and just throw a bunch of games in there. Cause like there was certain games that for every system, like we were too poor. I didn't have a Dreamcast, so I missed out on a lot of stuff there. I had to pick between Nintendo and Sega. I didn't play like Phantasy Star back in the day. I didn't play Sonic back in the day. Sonic's an awesome game. But
yeah.
There's just, if you think about gaming, and I hate to just bogart it, but gaming in and of itself, there are so many wonderful titles out there that have brought so much like joy to our lives, especially like beating a game back in the day when you finally got those end credits. Like, When was the last time you saw end credits? We play these MMOs. There's no end to these games.
There's no
You
end to
know?
it.
So like,
Yeah.
I want to get into these games. I haven't finished Dread yet. I haven't finished Pokemon Arceus yet. You know, it's like I've got tons of games
Then
that
we
I
got to
just
raid on Destiny, like so.
yeah. I gotta
You gotta get
grind
your
my
power
light level.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like Lost Ark is a game that's never gonna end. You know, with all
Yes,
the collectibles,
we got
it take
that in
you
the back
10
pocket.
years, 10 years to finish the game. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like there's so many different experiences. You know, the playing the MMO with your friend. I played this game back in the day, which is how I got in so much trouble. It's called Descent, and Descent was like Star Fox, but you're inside like these mining. You're inside the tunnels of a planet that like they were mining, and then these aliens got loose. Like the typical story of like we drilled too far down, and I would land across the phone lines to my buddy, and it was just 1v1 all night. We would sit there and play 1v1 all night. That game was
crazy.
dope. Like you'd be flying down tunnel and like you could whip it around real quick and just turn around, blah, 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 coming back at him, and it's just like he was chasing me, railing me, and then I just do a little whoop coming back at, you know. So like those games, I think they try to redo that one, but it's kind of hard. But man, that was the days, like all up, down, left, right, forward, backwards, all 3 axes. That was groundbreaking back in the 90s, you know. So
Yeah.
there's just
Now,
so much.
What was the
My-
go ahead, see?
I was gonna say my 5 now. I'm not gonna say they're the favorite, but I'll categorize it as the ones that I gave most of my life to,
Mm.
Yeah.
or my time to, and just beat multiple times. First one would have to be Legend of Zelda.
So good.
Second one, Final Fantasy VII, PS1.
So good.
Skyrim, especially when I got it for the PC, because that was the first game that I ever modded the hell out of. I
That
mean,
is
I
a
had
solid
30
title.
plus freaking mods running on that sucker.
Did you
at
do the
one
Choo Choo
time.
Trains, the Thomas the Train mod for the dragons? 'Cause
No,
that's the
I
only
didn't
way to
do
play
anything
it.
like that. I just changed a lot of the scenery and whatnot and different stuff in it.
Yeah.
I don't even
know-
want to
I
get
know-
into that.
I
I've
know
done
some
some.
of the story.
Yeah, I'm not getting into that.
That's fine.
You know, being able to kill children and whatnot.
Okay, moving along.
Anyway,
Ooh-wee.
then Halo for a first-person shooter. GoldenEye was good, but
Yeah.
you know, Halo just brought it to a next level. And then just Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, man, for the
That
Nintendo.
game was amazing.
I beat that
Ooh.
game 5 or 6 times, man. I
Sonic
couldn't get
was
enough of it.
ridiculously hard. And Mega Man
Yep.
was like Mega Man 2. Once you learn
Yeah.
what stuff, I'm just responding to chat over my end. Yeah.
GoldenEye
GoldenEye.
is my number 6.
GoldenEye, man.
Like I say, my top 10 is you get to be more broad, but
yeah.
GoldenEye, besides
GoldenEye is my
Wolfenstein
6.
and all that, starting the first-person shooter, but GoldenEye
Wolfenstein.
brought it to the next level, and then
Duke
Halo
Nukem.
perfected it.
Yeah, Halo was wow. Like Halo, like really
People would carry their
changed.
Xboxes over to their friend's house and link up and like
It was my
that
first LAN party.
Yeah,
I
that was
I went to my
serious.
first LAN party with Halo. Like it
Mhm.
was 4
I-
Xboxes.
I think LAN parties changed the world. Like that.
Yeah,
I
it
think
killed
Halo may have
arcades.
changed the world. Dude, I miss arcades so much. I work in them
Yeah,
all,
Halo.
and there ain't no
Halo
arcade.
killed arcades and
Like,
internet gaming.
We could talk
killed
about
arcades.
arcade games for
That's
another
the thing.
hour if you want, because some of those
LAN
like
parties
us
don't
old
go
people.
on anymore.
No,
LAN
it's all
parties are
MMOs.
online. Yeah,
Right.
That's the LAN party
that's the
now.
comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
And then Angie saying she loved Castlevania, dope. But
Castlevania
yeah.
is a good solid AAA.
it was 4 Xboxes, 4 copies of Halo, 4 controllers on every Xbox, 4 different rooms, 4
Oh
TVs.
my god.
Like that
Mhm.
shit was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
Yep,
16
16
people in
people.
this house playing at one time, bro. Like, and everybody had their own room. Like, I was like, man, this is the craziest shit I've ever done in my life before. Like, when it came to gaming, like, but shit, that right there, I went pro off of it, and we won a bunch of tournaments in Houston. And I actually like made money playing video games. So I guess
Mm.
me doing that kind of like made, like, now when I look back at it and streaming now, like, it kind of makes sense. Like, I play video games and make money off of it. Like, it's a cool little tie-in.
Mm.
Thinking back, like in 2001, you know what I mean, and now in 2022, like, I'm trying something else in the same lane. So
I see Tim talking about Mega Man on Sonny's stream.
Yep, Mega Man, dude.
Dude.
Mega Man. So Mega Man 1, that's a
Me-
really hard game. Mega Man 2 was like playable, and like you had the codes and stuff, and you could, get the kill the heat guy to get the free, kill the freeze guy and stuff like that. But Mega Man 0 is where that, or Mega Man X is when it got the coolest, because you could get upgrades with the dash and the wall slides and the charge. I think it was a charge buster. It's been a long time, like I said, 25 years. So that was just like, and you can't really bring that to 2022. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
Like, because 2D scrollers, like, you get these really neat 2D scrollers, like Hollow Knight's really cool. They're coming out with these like roguelites, like Dead Cells. I mean, there's some of them that are really cool. A lot of them indie titles and whatnot, but Mega Man, and then like he was saying, also Sonic. Like those games you would buy those games. I remember the first NES game I bought was like $70, and people are complaining about how much games cost for PlayStation 5, and I'm like,
That
bro,
Street
Double
Fighter game?
Dragon 2
Yeah.
cost me $69.
Exactly. That Street Fighter
In the 80s.
game on Sega was it, bro. You can find the newspaper clipping, like the magazine clippings, like the advertisement, like, and it's $75 on the advertisement in 95,
Yeah.
94. When
With
it came out.
inflation, those are
Mhm.
$200 games.
Games, yeah.
So
I remember.
oh, you said you don't remember?
Oh,
You
I was
do?
gonna say I remember Mega Man and all. Great freaking game, but that was one game that drove me mad.
You can't play that game on an analog stick. I'll tell you that right now. You need a D-pad.
Dude, that game was nothing
Absolutely.
but timing, man. You messed up on a jump, a shot, you're screwed.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
all those
absolutely.
games were like, you could not play most of these games. And I actually bought a Joy-Con that had a D-pad instead of the 4 buttons on it, so I could play Zelda and stuff, because it's impossible to play those games with an analog. Like, I feel like you lose out like on the feel. Because some of the games back in even the NES days, like Resident Evil wasn't super popular at first because the controls were so wonky. They were tank controls, and you had to really commit in order to like those things. So controls have been an issue. Like, I remember there was a Batman game for NES, like, and it's similar, like, in popularity to, we're gonna hit a big nerve here, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game for NES. That game was amazing, but the controls sucked.
It was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard because the controls
That's
sucked.
one of the games I never beat. I can't beat it like to this day.
You
Because
never
I got
beat
it on the emulator. And
We're talking
I
about
beat
the
that
original,
game.
right?
Yeah, with the
Oh yeah, where you had to go under the dam with the electric seaweed.
Yeah.
Top down.
It
Yeah.
was hard, man. I beat that game 3 times. I loved
couldn't.
it that much.
Donatello was the
couldn't beat
best,
it.
but I always died.
Damn right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got a little chat
You had
over
the
here
reach.
about like the Dark Soul games, essentially taking us back old school, because it's and I hadn't even thought about that. It's that rinse and repeat concept of back in the day when you died, you ran out of life, so you started over.
Oh yeah.
And these games like Elden Ring out nowadays, oh man, I don't even want to get started on Elden Ring. I've talked about that for the last 48 hours at work, but it's amazing. But like these Souls games, yeah, you actually gotta know the timing. I can't run through it because I'm just like smash, no finesse, and then I'm dead and
Yeah.
starting over again. So that's a really good thought, man. Thanks, Tim.
I need a checkpoint.
Yeah, well, that's Elden
Goddamn.
Ring has checkpoints, so it's not
I
so
need
bad.
a checkpoint.
We're
Those
getting
games
older.
definitely test your metal.
Ooh-wee. Like just like Destiny on Legendary, bro. Like,
Oh.
if it wasn't for the checkpoints, like
Oh.
I'd play it in regular. Like,
Just
you know
wait.
what I'm saying? But I do it like, okay, we beat this boss, we don't have to fight him again. So in case we do decide to, like, okay, we got to shut it down, be adults or something like that.
I don't like that.
Like we can come right back into it and start where we left, after, the ridiculously hard 1 hour boss we fought,
Yeah.
So it's not that bad to me. Like, you give me a checkpoint, we can work on something a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, have we talked enough about the nostalgic video games? You guys ready to move on to another point of the conversation yet, or are we gonna keep talking just?
Yeah, just rock and roll.
All right, baby. So I'm curious as far as like we talked about equipment, what we started with, like pre-built computers.
Yeah.
But I'm curious where we've moved to now. Like what are like your preferred things? Because I know I've used I just got a Razer mouse the other I don't know a couple months ago, but I was using it's an Anchor off brand. It just looked cool. Picked it off like Woot.com or something or a Walmart shelf for like $6, and I used that mouse for 10 years. I loved it. But what kind of equipment are you guys rocking as far as what are you trying to accomplish with it? Like elaborate. Go ahead.
I got okay. We'll start mouse and keyboard. Glorious Model D mouse. These are like everything I got. I got like a PC guru guy that I talk to on Discord and play with, rarely, but we do play together. Like when I have a question, I ask him. So he recommended the mouse for first person shooters. The Ducky 60% mechanical keyboard I got, he recommended that. And it wasn't too pricey. It was like 150 for both.
Mm.
Like, if you separate the price. And then my streaming equipment, like when I first started, it was like basic cam, $30. I don't even remember the name of it. Uh, my PC was pretty decent. My PC was pretty decent. I could stream and game at the same time. Only thing is when I played like Call of Duty, like Warzone, I would drop. I was playing on like 75 frames or something like that, and the streams were good, but like I knew they could be better. So uh, I played on that for a while with that setup,
What kind of mic are you
and
using?
right now I got uh the Yeti Snowball.
Okay. I was gonna say I had a Yeti Black, whatever that other one, like the step above it, because you got the arm
Yeah,
on it. I do not
right.
recommend that to anybody. That mic
It's
sucked.
bad.
It was bad.
Yeah, for like my own sound, I got the Steel Series 7.
For your
Am I
microphone
saying it
on,
right? Yeah, the headset
Yeah.
mic and
you're
the
looking at the Artist 7 Plus or whatever it is.
yeah, Arctis 7. There you go. Arctis
Arctis, yeah.
7. And I got like I bought stuff I didn't really need. Like my monitor's 49 inches. I got a 55-inch TV to watch the stream.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like but it works and it's
yeah.
like good for me. Like I mean, I'm immersed in the game with this massive screen in front of me. Uh, and then like I went from 16 gig to 32 gig RAM.
Hmm.
Uh, upgraded motherboard. I
What
was a
card is that
2080
in there?
Super. That's a
2080.
30. That's a 3080 in that
Okay.
now. But I was 2080 Super at first. Now I
So
got a
I want to cut in real
3080.
quick. Don't forget chat to like, share, and follow the streams. We're at just over that 1 hour mark. Helps us
Push
out
the
a
goddamn
whole lot.
button.
Push the button. So don't forget to do that for your boys. And we'll get right back into that because I want to talk about the 8 series cards. Blue, what are you rocking for a graphics card?
It's just the 1660, the
Okay, so
Ultra
6
SC.
series.
It's what I could afford whenever the prices of cards were going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they jacked them.
Yeah.
That's when I built this computer.
Man.
Yeah,
I
thank
built
your
it toward the end
local
of last
miners
year.
for that.
Yeah.
So I've got a 1080 Ti SC Black Edition. And when I had this computer built, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, like that was the bee's knees card. And I will tell you, I will never, ever buy an 8 series card ever again. This is a super computer because I had that pre-built and I was really putting it through its paces and stretching its capabilities just to stream and play like Destiny, 2. And if you put too much strain on them, you're not going to get out of it what you need. It's
Yeah,
like
and
go work 24 hours and see what your work, quality looks like at the end of that shift. So you got to
yeah.
you got to give it some breathing room. That's.
Yeah.
So I upgraded to this. I went with like a 7900, I believe it is, Skylake. Like that was the best processor at the time. 32 gigs of RAM, 1080 Ti, like all the good stuff that you could imagine. And I've had nothing but problems, man. There's times where like I had to download a program from Steam that would modify my fans because like it's an EVGA. The Nvidia like studio thing wouldn't kick the fans on right, and my stuff would be overheating. I'd stop my stream. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I've started
Right.
to stream 6 times. I'm wore out from all this energy I'm putting. So I don't know if I got a bad stick of RAM or like, I don't know. I don't exactly like blow it out as frequently as you should, but like it should be able to handle, which I couldn't believe it's handling like Lost Ark. Lost Ark's pretty stout, I think.
Yeah,
No
it is.
problems.
Mhm.
So I don't know, man. I'm not sold on the 8 series. In chat, you can you can chime in definitely on your opinion of things, but I think that 7 series is a sweet spot for your money. I think 7 series, like that 970, like GTX 970 card is probably one of the best cards ever made. And yeah, from now on I'll just go with the 7 series. I'd trade this flat out right now, 1080 Ti for a 970. I don't even care. Like, get
Yeah.
this thing out of here.
A 1080 might go for like $800 right now though.
Yeah, I would like to. I honestly, if I had the chance and somebody like would buy it for $800, I would put that money right into a 3070 right now. Doesn't even have to be a 3070 Ti, just 3070. Even though
Yeah,
this
yeah.
probably is still better than a 3070. I'm just like, man, I've had so many issues, and then I buy the 3070 and watch it. It's just a stick of RAM.
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean any upgrade right now is cool. Like if you can get it, if you can get a hold of it. But it's
Yeah.
just like they jack the prices of
Mhm.
graphics cards so high that it's like you might as well buy a pre-made again. You
I
know what I
mean, like,
mean? Like
I,
it's
So I
I
talked to a
built.
lot of gamers. Go ahead, Blue.
I was just gonna say I built this PC that I have right now somewhere around like November of last year and all, and that was the biggest problem was the graphics card for me price wise.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got 32 gigabytes of RAM. I got the Ryzen 5. I've got the 1660 card with a 700 watt power supply. And then I've got the 27-inch LG 1440
I like them 2K
monitor.
monitors.
And then this is the baddest part, though, man. I've got my kid's old school Vizio 24-inch TV from
Heck
like
yeah.
12 years ago. I've got a dual monitor stand for it, and that's the one that I watch you guys stream on when I'm playing a game.
You
I
gotta
pop
have two
that up and
monitors
whatnot.
if you're
I
streaming.
Yeah, I put your guys' stream up on the kid's old Vizio. It
Heck
works
oh
yeah.
just
yeah.
fine.
When I first started streaming, my second screen was my phone. Like
Yeah.
for like first 2 months or so like that. That was, you
I do
know,
that a lot on your stream when you pop up while I'm at work. I just mute, like turn the volume way down so you can barely hear
yeah.
you chirping in my pocket, and I just walk around because I can't be on my phone.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
So those
I
minutes count,
upgraded the
chat.
kid's I
Yeah,
upgraded the
view
kid's
minutes count.
TV, and this thing had just been sitting in the closet, and I'm like, oh, I can make perfect use of this.
Yeah,
I was
nice little
pushing
second
5
monitor.
monitors at one point, and I'm like, nah, that's
And
working my card too
I
much.
mean, like I said, it's not the greatest card, and I don't stream or anything, but for playing, like Lost Ark games like that are visually demanding, Call of Duty and
Works just
whatnot,
fine.
and then put your guys' stream up, one of you guys streaming on the other monitor, it does fine, man. And I
Yeah,
still keep at, depending on the game, anywhere between 90 to 120 frames.
See, I
Just
can't
depends
push
on
a
how
lot of
intense it
frames with
is.
this card either, which makes me
Well, no,
mad.
like Call of Duty, for example, I'm playing it in 1080. I'm not doing it in 1440.
Hmm.
I can't do that, and at that resolution and keep my frames up.
Yeah, that is
yeah.
tough.
My capture card won't let me play at 1080 anymore. And I'm kind of like mad about it because I'm cool with that resolution. But I'm at 2560 by 1440p on every game. Like, I mean, it's cool, and I'm still pushing like maybe I'm bouncing between 130, 170 because it's so unstable. Like especially like Call of Duty,
That
like
happens though,
it bounces
distance
up
and
so
whatnot,
hard though.
inside,
Yeah,
outside of buildings.
right, right. And it's cool. I mean, I get to play at a higher yeah, I'm forced to play at a higher resolution, but like stream wise, it looks perfect at 1080, and I like want the most frames like when I'm playing on stream. But
So
it is what it
that's
is.
that's a side question for the streamers. Like, what's your target bit rate out? Because like when you can stream 10,000 bit rate, but people may
Yeah.
not have the internet to watch 10,000 bit rate. So what's your
Right.
go-to?
I'm 6,000 and I
6,000.
cut off. Yeah, when I first started streaming, I was like 14,000. I was like, just because I could just stream at the highest bit rate, like I was like, yeah, my shit is really clear, but I'm not
Yeah.
really thinking that somebody might have not have the Galaxy with you know what I'm saying, the Samsung guy. They might have the TCL joint. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry if I just coughed in your ears. I tried to mute my mic. I probably just muted my sound.
Right, nah, you good. Yeah, what you say? Twitch caps at
Is it
6,000 or
6,000?
6,500 maybe.
Yeah.
My boy City Boy in the building. What's up, baby? I just read the comment and didn't even see his name. I'm trash, man. God damn it,
Yeah,
dude.
we talking turkey tonight. Yeah, I think, and that's that ties back into the other thing is people don't realize how much goes into streaming. Like, which encoder are you going to use? Are you going to use the encoder that uses your CPU or GPU? Like, I went with a 1080 card so I could use the GPU versus the CPU because you got to do graphics rendering to put it out, and like,
Right.
there's so many aspects that if you haven't ever done it, you don't understand. Like, we don't just have this setup. Now, some of the stuff I get it. Like, do I need a stream deck? Bro, I need a stream deck for one thing. I know y'all can't hear in the Discord, but I just hit my hype horn. Burr, 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 burr. Like, that is my favorite thing in the whole world. I used to do that in conference calls at work, and my boss knew it was
Yeah.
me, and he would laugh because he knew it was me. And, like, it would be a regional or, like, a national call, and they're like, thanks for the hype, whoever did that. He texts me, he's like, dude, you're so bad. But it's like,
Yeah.
$100 on a stream deck. Like, this is advice to people that would be interested in streaming. Work on your process, not spend money on equipment. Like, you don't need a $2,500 computer to stream. Make sure your audio sounds good.
Right.
I struggled for years with good audio because I had this $100 mic that my brother bought me, and I had to use it because I was obligated to that. Like, my ex and my brother got it for me for my birthday. You can get into everything, like chairs. Do you need a $400 gaming chair? I got a Secret Labs chair. This chair's dope. I've put thousands of butt miles in this chair, and it's still just as solid as the day I bought it. Or
You
it
know
was
what?
bought for me.
I got a gaming chair, AK Racing, but I think I bought it because I saw other streamers with a fucking gaming chair. I feel like stupid now.
Not really. I think there's
Like,
some
what the?
dude. So you can't see it, but I got this velour neck pillow on this chair. I can't tell you how many naps I've taken this chair. It's so comfy. It's a little firm, and it's starting to wear out as far as like because it's got the pleather on it, and like sometimes I cross my legs and my shoes started pulling the top layer off there when I uncross my legs when I sit. Sometimes like I'll sit on my leg,
Yeah.
And
City, if you want to jump in the channel, I got the Discord tagged right there in the chat.
Heck, man, don't feel stupid for having a gaming chair. I do too. I got the S Racer one.
Yeah, I think some of them are not that good, but I think Secret Labs is worth putting money into. My brother bought one; he loves it. Like, these are good, solid chairs. Like, you got the up and down on the arms, in and out, the twisty. Like, I would like one with the little foot thing coming up because you need to shout out somebody going to bed.
Real quick, Mean Machine, good night, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us. He stayed damn near the whole show. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate that a
those
lot.
minutes, babe. You know
Heck
our
yeah.
streamers got to do. Hey, y'all, click on Mean Machine right there. He's over on Twitch. Give my boy a follow, man. Mean Machine 116 on Twitch. Let's rock out with my boy one time. You feel me?
Yeah, so I mean, like, even like headphones and mics, like, there's so many different aspects. Like, I spent an extra, I think, $25 to have the glass on my computer etched with my logo, the Sonny Typhoon logo. I paid somebody $50 to make that for me with a bunch of different not BRTs, something else. The vector files, so
Yeah.
I use it all over the place, so that I felt like that was good money to brand myself. Now, I have a couple, options. Like, I got a jersey made, at a convention I was at with my gamer tag on. I was with my kid and stuff, and nobody knows who Sonny Typhoon is really, but nobody will recognize me in public anyway.
They will now.
couple more days, but like, I enjoy the aspect of sharing, and hopefully, because my life, I like to inspire people, and I know I'm tying it back in. It's like, I just felt like sharing, because there's so many aspects of my life that I didn't learn. Like I'm checking out this book, and basically like it's a rites of passage kind of thing. Like men learn how to be men from other men kind of deal. It's not like you just pick it up one day, you know.
Right.
But like being able to share your energy, share your ideas, share, the way you think with people. It doesn't require you to have, yes, you need 2 monitors. It really makes life so much easier. I know Taco's brother Zero, that dude's hilarious. His personality, like he's charismatic as all get out. And he talks, he's funny, he's good. And I mean, he got like 1,000 followers in like 3 months on Facebook. I was helping him get a stream set up, and I'm like, bro, I only got like 150 followers. How are you doing that? Like, and he's like, I'm just rocking one monitor. You don't need really anything except for you. Like, and at some point, we've all made friends that we did not know. It's like, there wasn't like, oh, we used to be friends and they come in and chat. Like, we've all made people, we've all touched people's lives as streamers that we had no idea who these people were from Adam,
I made a lot of friends on stream, and like my boy Alante, I met him through another guy that like watched the Monster Hunter stream, and then like we all linked up, still play together. Like it's so many people that Blue, World of Warcraft back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like gaming, like brings people together, and like
one of my
there's
best
so many people
friends.
that like the same things as us.
You just got lucky that I built that computer when I did.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? That's crazy.
I don't know if it's luck, man.
I think it is because
No. Yeah.
Sometimes that's just
like,
good juju of the universe.
Yeah. We played.
We stopped playing around Wrath of the Lich King area is when you and I lost contact.
Oh
What
wow,
was
so
that
you
like?
guys went way
Because you
back.
went through whatever phase in your life,
Right.
where you had to stop playing and focus on real life and whatnot. And,
Yeah, I stopped gaming. Totally,
I stopped around mist time, but yeah, I mean, what was that? 12 years of no talking.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I just sent out like
6
like
months.
my Blizzard. I had the same Blizzard account when I got
Mhm.
back to like Warzone and Warcraft and stuff like that, and like it still had all my friends that from back then. So I just sent him a message, and then like it was like
6 months, I think, roughly.
6 months later, he replied. I was like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? I just logged in and like, "Oh shit, he's still alive." You know what I'm saying? Like,
I built the PC and was switching my Call of Duty over from the PlayStation to the Battle.net, and then I, logged in and I saw your message. So I was like, "Oh, holy shit!"
yep. And I had to be like, "Hey, it's Carl from World of Warcraft." I had to say all the names and stuff. Just to see what's that.
You didn't have to say. I knew who the hell it was.
Oh, hold on. No, I just made sure I put it in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, bring me a Modelo. Old lady, bring me some spinach shrimp concoction.
Uh-oh.
Here's mine, man.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
crawfish. Oh shit.
Ooh, crawfish.
And this is where it goes to food now.
No, we're not going to food this stream. We'll have a dedicated food stream, chat. Don't you worry about nothing. This chubby man with the bleached beard will be bleached out partially. So per our comments the other before the stream,
Modelo.
I don't have an explanation why the sides are gray blue, just the middle. I'm not down there with my head turned.
Boy, got that what the Janais from a Warcraft type hairstyle.
Well, if I get it to keep growing out, maybe I'll braid it and I'll do a dwarf thing. One of these.
Yeah.
We'll do the cosplay.
Dude.
Yeah.
No, the braiding. I'm sitting there laying with my wife one day, and she just looks at my beard and just keeps staring at it. And I look at her, I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Can I braid it?" I was like, "Go for it."
Yeah.
So she got
my shit.
braids in it. Looked like a Viking.
Yeah, dude. So
shit,
so let's talk about like not so much the state of gaming right now I guess you could go that route because it's kind of hard because we don't stream with us, but as far as like the world of like this streaming side of things with the gaming, like what's the aspect that you like the most about this particular? So we'll start with streaming. Sorry, Blue.
No,
Okay.
But you can
I'm
chime in on like
all
what you
support.
like to see the best. Like, what are the things you like best about watching streams?
About watching streams, just
Well, we stream and he doesn't, so he can't talk about streaming. So
oh,
we'll
okay.
talk about the things
Uh,
we like best about streaming, and Blue can talk about the things he likes best about watching stream. That's fair.
right. Okay. So uh the what I like the most about it is just the camaraderie, like
Community.
yeah, the building a community, like random people just like become attached to to what you're doing, and like then you get the really good ones that like no matter what you play they come in and support it, you know what I mean? Like I just like building a base, or like I know when I get on there's somebody that's there to play with, or you know what I mean? Like just the overall community building. uh I like that. It's like it got me out my comfort zone because I'm really low key shy. Like I'm not really like the
Can't
guy
tell.
that the camera guy. Yeah, I broke free. You know what I mean? I broke free. But yeah, it got me out my comfort zone. Like we're live almost on a daily basis. Like somebody's actually like looking at you on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like constantly. So you like kind of conscious of like did I shave, or do I need to shave, or
Yeah.
do I look sleepy? I just got off work. Do I look like I'm tired, or saying
Sometimes you
'cause
can get away with stuff like if I go out and this is the old people thing, chat. I'm sorry, but like first time I got a gray nose hair, I said, "What the heck is going on in there?" Like, oh my god! Well, you don't see that
man.
stuff on stream, you know. Like if I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
take a
yeah.
shower, you can't tell. I look good. I smell good, feel good, look good. Like,
Mhm.
I don't like some days. Like when I was wearing my Dino PJs, I was wearing my Dino PJs and just started streaming. I don't care, because whatever, you know. But
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. Like
but appearance does
sometimes I'm in
matter.
here streaming. Yeah,
No
sometimes I'm in
pants
here
on.
streaming, and nah, hell nah. But like my old lady would be fussing at the kids, and I'm like, I wonder if they can hear that in the background. It's like it's you got to be somewhat conscious, and also somewhat secluded. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? In a good way, not like you're
you
trying
gotta
not to
not
be
have
around
that
people.
hot mic
Yeah,
like
you
your
can't
boy
have.
does.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't want your
Hazel. Yeah,
background noise of your family going on.
Hey,
yeah.
sometimes it's fun, but it's like when you're like in the throes of, stuff, it's super distracting. Like even
Yeah.
your background can be distracting. And at the same time, like having stuff in the background, last thing I want y'all doing is, seeing my halfway made bed, for the other camera shot. You can't tell. I make my bed halfway and it's like, oh, it looks like he made his bed. And on the other side, there's a pile of clothes that I snuggle up with when I go to bed.
Yeah,
Like,
you see my
whatever.
you see my camera angle, right? To
Yeah.
this side, we're all good. They
Yeah.
don't see what's on this side though.
This
It's like
desk right here,
shoes,
I got
blankets.
I
Okay.
got a box of Cheez-Its and I got some goldfish crackers. Like,
Yeah.
see what's on my desk. Like I got 14 juice bottles. It's like dude, it's a mess. Like here's my couple winter hats. There's some hot
All
sauce
about the
over
angles,
there.
babe.
Yeah.
All about the ankles, man. All about the
That's why I miss
ankles.
my green screen.
She said we tell him
I
he
mean,
needs to
come on.
shave.
You
But
can't
see,
be a clean freak 24/7.
Yeah.
nah. Sometimes a
You
house
know what
has to
I'm
be
saying?
lived in. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but
You certainly
like
can't be
my
fake. People will tell.
yeah, exactly. That's why I like you don't see like I'm a Tampa Bay fan and I got like this pirate wig. Like sometimes I'll throw that on, but like you don't see me like
Game day.
I gotta put on makeup, or like some of these guys like they're like grown men streaming that like dressing full
Yeah.
drag and stuff while they're
I
streaming,
did that
but
for a
they're
little
Yeah.
bit during
Just be
COVID.
yourself.
I did
And
the
see, that's
pirate
what
thing for COVID.
you see. As a non-streamer, that's what I
yeah, the
like
pirate
watching
thing was
about you
nice
guys.
though.
I had a
Is
little
that
earring hanging from my headphones. I had black
Yeah, I remember
eyeliner on.
that.
I looked like Johnny Depp.
I remember
well,
that.
was
What's
that
up,
for
Toya?
Halloween or just for the?
Just
You
for
said you like that.
stream. Because Sonny
Just for
Typhoon,
the
I'm a
stream.
pirate. So I was stuck inside and went a little crazy. And yeah, I got a
But
pirate
that
shirt and everything. It
but
was
that
nice.
that's an appropriate costume. Like I got what you were doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like far fetched. Like I'm talking about. It had one guy was like I saw streaming. You know, this was early into it when I was like looking and taking ideas and stuff like that from different people.
Yeah,
But
gimmicks to
it
get
had one
attention.
guy. Yeah, one guy was like his head. You know, he had his head in the cam, but like under him, he had uh, like a, I guess a overlay of a like naked woman with big old boobs,
Oh,
like
he's
from the
trying
neck
to
down
catch
on him.
that thought
Right,
money.
right. I was like, oh my
I
god!
kind of
But
I
like
kind of I can
he had
appreciate that a
like
little bit.
yeah, you could tell he was new, like a new streamer, and he didn't really talk too much, but like he had like 600 viewers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And it was
because
just
that's
because of
hilarious.
yeah, it is.
Because
It's
if you
like
know anything about streaming, it's usually the booby streamers get all the attention on Twitch, and guys are like, "Hey, over here, I got good content. I'm super funny," and they're like, "Nah, she's hot."
one thing is like content these days, unless you're already like if you haven't been streaming for 10 years, straight up content won't carry you unless you're like fucking god mode. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like just like Plat playing, you know, such and such or whatever game isn't attractive to people. But the only thing you know, but that's the part I'm not worried about because every once in a while you get a couple of new people and then you talk to them and you get to know them or whatever and they come back again and like I'm just building one person at a time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I'm not gonna stop streaming like anytime soon. So like it's not like I'm trying to I don't chase content and I don't chase what other people do. So I'm just doing it at my own pace, having fun with it. And like I said, I pay bills with this shit.
Well, I mean, and I want to give Blue a chance to comment too, but I mean, I've known
Yeah.
you for dang near 10 years now, and that's not you, that's who you are. Like you've always just been Jay's just cool as a cucumber. He's just gonna do what he does. He's got his own little method of like this is what I got to achieve. Got a lot of mouths to feed. Just don't get in the way, kind of deal.
Oh
But he's
yeah.
always just been chill and real, and that's huge to me. Like real people nowadays are really hard to find. I don't mean to go off on a wicked tangent, but I can verify that that's just Jay. So
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
You
that's
know.
what I like is that you guys sell yourselves. That's it. You know, by being yourself, you don't have to have a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? Like all these other people do.
Yeah, Toya say Fruit City stand up. Matt, what's up, babe? Tobin Time Gaming in the building. Hey, if you want to join the conversation, I tag Discord in the comments. Click on it. It'll bring you right to the channel. How about it? Come talk to us.
So
But yeah,
Blue, let me give Blue a chance to talk. What do you what when I know we're not the only streamers you. So what is it that like appeals to you? Obviously, like you said, real time, real talk kind of deal. But what is it
Just
like as far as like
being
content do you look for?
yourself and well,
thanks, Matt.
obviously
Thanks, Matt.
games that I like, and such, but just genuine people and like I said, people that don't have to put on a gimmick to sell it, or to sell themselves. And I mean, like Platt was talking earlier about the women, I mean, like the women, I can't stand looking at a woman that's showing off her shit on stream. I don't believe in that. I think that's wrong. When you look at all these other female gamers that aren't showing off their breasts and whatnot with low cut stuff and all, and they have just as many followers, but they're
Right.
hardcore gamers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I ask the chat a question? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
chat, how do you feel about? And I'm not trying to be like, you
Here
know,
he goes. He gonna get us
women
kicked
got
off
this and
first
men
one.
got this. No, no. But I watch streams to watch games. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, but if two people are playing the same game, I watch the one that I'm used to or whatever. Like, or if say if Stone Mountain streaming Call of Duty and Sunny Typhoon is streaming Call of Duty, I'm gonna watch Sunny Typhoon, right? Because I know him, I'm comfortable with him. We got a bond or whatever. Like, so I'm gonna watch his. But how do you feel about like the streamers that do the outrageous stuff. Like you could tell they found a niche. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got big old breastises,
You're
you're
gonna get
probably
attention
gonna get some
somewhere.
viewers. Yeah, you're probably gonna get a lot of viewers on a stream.
Exactly. And I'm not trying to sound sexist or anything like that,
Right.
but that's my point on why I don't care for that stuff. Because like I said, you take those women that do that and then the other women that don't show off any skin, that may be in a hoodie or just a t-shirt or something, and
Hoodies
they're
are sexy.
actual hardcore gamers. They've got thousands of followers and all because they're not flaunting their stuff. Because you can't tell me that you're not popular because you're a good gamer. You're getting more popular because you're showing something to a certain demographic,
Right. At that point, I think
You're
the
going to get more
content
male
doesn't even matter. Like,
followers when you're doing exactly the content doesn't mean anything because to me you're just there looking at her.
right, right.
Or you know what I'm saying? And I'm
I
Yeah,
just
think
like,
you're dealing with different strokes for different folks, and
and
some people
dude,
there is a culture to watching, like, I mean, without getting into craziness, but I mean, like, porn's a thing, and it's better to
well, it
watch,
is, and that's
a
the
real
thing, man.
person than you can gain
I,
an attachment, and unfortunately, some people get real creepy.
that's what
I'll go
Notorious
on
Big
Facebook
told Lil
Gaming.
Kim.
Like when Platt isn't streaming, and we're not doing anything, I may surf through, and I come across this damn crap with the girls in the showers with the damn white t-shirts on, and they got a video game going down there, but they're not playing it.
Yep.
And it's just like, if you want to do that shit, go to a porn site for Christ's sake.
Get you a chatterbaiter, my fans. Well, that's been the age-old complaint. Like, guys are like, we can't get no love because these
I'm
girls. It's
like,
like,
this
I
is called
get it.
Facebook gaming for a
Yeah.
reason. This
Trust me, I
isn't
get that.
try to make money off of flaunting your body.
But that's
Let me get
irrelevant because everyone's gonna, like. There's always someone who's gonna push the envelope, push the line as far as they can.
right.
Without name dropping different streamers. That are out
Yeah,
there.
I kind of want to say some names, but I'm not gonna do that.
Nah, we don't need to throw shade on
Toya
people we don't know.
says, Toya says, I watch streams to watch games, but I also want y'all to entertain me too. Not too left field, but that's absolutely.
I
Like,
think that's literally
point
it.
on.
And
Yeah,
see,
that's
that's what I like about it. Like Platt, for example, because I haven't watched a lot of your stuff, Sonny. I've watched more Platt. And that's what I like about it is, for example, like Angie, she helps, get the community talking in the
Angie's
chat
a
too. And that's what
one
I
of a
like
kind,
about it
bro.
is
That's a
that the
one of a
community
kind.
is talking to each other during your streams, not just to you, but, they're talking amongst each other.
they talking about you, Angie. I said, oh, she got a little time to shine, man. Don't do it too much.
Look at
The
that.
head gonna get big and bust, man. You
I
know what
give
I'm
you a
talking about?
shout out.
Don't do that to her.
I mean, that's the truth though. Like, I've been streaming and I took a couple years off, mind you, but I've been streaming for at least the last 5 years with like a 2-year break in there. A lot of stuff went crazy, but having those people that are always in your chat, I've never had anybody like that. I don't have the viewership of even Jay, but I'm not trying to be Jay. Like, I think I'm hilarious. I make myself laugh. So I just share how silly I am with everybody else because, there's been people that have messaged me off on the side. They're like, hey, man, you really helped me out with some stuff. Like, been going through. I've heard other streamers say it, so it's not like it's a special thing. Like, it's special to me, but it's not like, oh, I'm the only one. Like, as streamers, we help people just by being ourselves. They're like, you're entertaining. I was having a bad day, or life just sucks sometimes, and I like watching your stream because you cheer me up. And it's like, you don't understand the power that you have as far as like your words and your actions. And I think this just, tying back to my original point, why I really, wanted to be involved with this. Like we were talking before the podcast, like I have said some silly things. That's probably what I'm known best for, is the stupid stuff that comes out of my mouth. And some of it's pretty funny to the people that are around me. And why not capitalize on that and make it eternal, on the internet? Because the internet's forever. So let's say some silly stuff and make some people laugh, because laughter is really the best medicine,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it's been super. There's been challenges for sure. I mean, there's a lot of times, like I said, you're talking to nobody. That's the reality of being a small streamer.
It's
But
lonely sometimes, but
I
it is
mean,
what
let's
it is.
face it. I mean, sometimes that's just life. Sometimes there's not anybody to talk to. So get good at
Right.
talking to like a dog or something, and pretend the dog's talking back to you, and there you go. You could be a streamer just like that.
Yeah, but stardom's not going to happen overnight. I mean,
No,
you've
that's
been
just
doing this for
luck.
what, like 2 years now?
I'm getting close to it. Yeah.
Almost 2 years,
Mhm.
and it took you that long to get where you're at right now.
Yeah, yeah. And like when you think about it, like the big streamers, like they've been doing this for like 10, 11 years, 12 years. Nick
That's why I
Merckx,
said I
Stone
wish I
Mountain, all those
knew.
Hmm.
people, like
I wish I knew what
Tim,
Twitch
all of
was
them.
back in the ICC days, man. I was unemployed. I was running. I'd wake up at 10 in the morning, play video games till 3 in the morning. I didn't have nothing else to do.
right.
$15 a month for World of Warcraft. We already had internet, so it's like, well, that's a cheap thing to do is just play video games.
See, I didn't get into watching streamers and all that stuff until I caught back up with Platt. Prior to that, like the only streaming stuff that I saw was videos on YouTube of people putting up stuff that I wanted to find information on games.
Yeah. Versus watching a YouTube video, it's like, well, let's watch them do it live because now you have interaction purposes, and that's always fun, especially like when you get the people in chat and they're talking with you. Like nobody makes a phone call to just like listen to the weather, and whatever that number is that girls give the guys at the club to tell them the local weather. But
Yeah.
you call on a phone to have a conversation, and being able to have a conversation with people and even talk about the game at the same time, it's super awesome. But I do want to
Right.
segue because we touched on it a little bit. What's like
Real
some of
real
the go ahead.
real quick, let me just get off these comments.
Yeah, go ahead, rip it out.
Angie said I have unfollowed streamers because I want to see the stream and not all the fake stuff they do. Matthew, and y'all can comment on these afterwards. Some people watch streams to catch that mean paparazzi.
Heck
I've
yeah.
seen that too. And Toya come back. I love to watch a stream to get ideas, get some info about the games I play, and laugh. Those are the main reasons I watch, and I think that's why I watch also. So
Yeah. So
I've unfollowed a
segueing
lot of
into
streamers that I follow too, just so you know, like
yeah, I mean,
the ones that
you
don't
gotta earn
support
it.
you back. Yeah,
I don't do the follow for follow thing, and that's going to be your early days of streaming where people trying to suck you into follow for follow and like for like and
exactly.
stuff like that. Don't fall for that. But I
Right.
am curious what you guys think about. Like we touched on a little bit of the negativity side of things of like what we don't really like, but what would you like to see change as far as like the streaming side of video game community, like that?
Uh, let me be free. Like it's crazy to like stream and like you get such and such views. Say you get 150 views a stream, cool, but then Facebook will like pull
Algorithms on you.
algorithms and like you just have to hit go live at the right time. Like
Yeah. The other night
make
with the
sure my
Galahorn quest,
stream,
what?
yeah, make
That's
sure like
crazy.
that. The 30 view, like it's just
30,
straight up. You
35
supposed to go live at
viewers.
the right time.
Just
And
got
like
That's
lucky.
the thing. I mean, you got so many people streaming the same game that you're doing because it's popular, so you're
right,
fighting for a spot to be seen, basically.
right.
So that is
And the
something.
easiest way is to play something that nobody's playing,
Well,
but
that's
because
that's what a
Yeah.
lot of people advise when you're trying to build your stream is play not AAA's because you're gonna get drowned out. Anybody that's looked for a streamer before, what goes to the top? The ones with the most views. Now, I know Twitch was
Mhm.
trying to help out with smaller streamers and whatnot. It doesn't matter how much like social media you put out there. You can have 5,000 friends on Facebook. You can have 200 friends on Facebook, and it doesn't translate over. Like sometimes you're just not gonna
You're not getting
go anywhere.
5,000 views.
People aren't gonna scroll through,
Just
hit next page, scroll through, hit next page, scroll through, hit next page, look for somebody with one or two viewers, and be like, let's see what this guy's got. Let's see if we can give him a
yeah.
chance.
And
Like,
another thing, this is another thing that I wish would change. Like Latoya and Angie are from my hometown. I could probably say that they are the only two from my hometown. My brother stops by sometimes, uh, but they're like the only two from my hometown that actually jump in my stream. I'm talking about like on a consistent basis. Like
yeah,
every once in a while, you might say, "Hey, Platt, how you doing?" And you respond to them, and they already like left, like
yeah,
before
that
you can
part
say,
sucks.
"Hey, what's up, babe?" You know what I'm saying? But
Like sometimes
It's
you're in the
weird.
heat of it and you can't respond right away. That part always sucks because sometimes I miss comments because sometimes it's being wonky. Tonight now it looks like my chat's working.
Yeah.
But
Nico says you showed me love when you jumped in my stream and you didn't have to do that. So always gonna be here and support you, love Hive. Hey Hive, we need you. Destiny 2. We talking about raiding and stuff, man. So if you don't have a clan, we got one going. But yeah, Nico Bleed in my chat is a guy I was just going through Destiny streams and I stopped on his. It just seemed like that was the one to stop at. But I never know how I find people. I just find them. Like we got a filthy noob. I
yeah,
found him. Like it was just I scrolled through the Destiny streams and just like, hey, he seems cool,
You
and
know, as a spectator, since I don't stream, I mean, comments like that right there, man, that's what I like about it. The camaraderie and just the positivity of it, of
right,
watching,
right, right,
your guys' streams and other people similar, that bring positive vibes instead of negative and whatnot.
I know for
exactly,
me,
Well,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Certain streamers may just rant and rave about stuff.
which that's their
right.
niche and some people like that. But I know, like, for me, I don't really reach out a ton because I'm gonna be straight up. Like, there are some games that are intimidating to join up with other players. Like, if you've ever played League of Legends and you're not good at it, people say some mean things to you and say some mean things about the things they're gonna do to your mama. And I'm like, I'm a mama's boy, so I don't want you to talk about my mama like that.
And I hate it because I can't reach through this screen and grab your ass.
You little kid
You
talking
know what I
turkey.
mean? Like, come on, man. Like,
But
Well,
like,
see,
play
that's
that
what I
shit.
feel about games at times that are multiple player. I mean,
yeah,
Platin knows it that I don't like running stuff by myself. I want to do it with the crew,
yeah.
with the gang
Yeah,
squad.
Some
yeah,
games it's tough
exactly.
though. Like,
I don't
I
want to make other people angry, because I feel like I'm wasting their time because I'm not,
yeah, as
getting
good
something
sometimes.
down in a game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not as like, you know, afraid to jump in. Like I'll jump in, some stuff, but like, heroics and mythics and you know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
I'll
that's what I
I'll jump in those as, if I ran mythic the other side with CT, Juju, Justin, and this is the people we run Warcraft with, Sonny. Like after I run it with them once or twice, I'll jump in a looking for group or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like overall, yeah, it's just I don't know.
I'm
It's kind of
kind of the
aggravating
I'm
sometimes.
kind of the jack of all trades, master of none because I spread myself too thin, so I don't get like real good at one thing. I'm passable. Destiny, I feel pretty
Right.
confident in because that game's pretty friendly as far as for me. But there's
Yeah, like running
sometimes,
strikes and stuff. Like, yeah,
yeah,
that's
like,
cool. I'm
but
jumping in and knock this strike out.
that's kind of like like I know for myself personally, if you want to gain like massive traction streaming, Destiny raids is a place to do it for sure. Raiding brings people in. Doesn't matter if you're good or bad; they want to see your mechanics.
Yeah,
So
raiding and like I'm talking about raids in general, like
end game
Warcraft
content's
raids.
where it's at. It always is. Like trying to
Exactly.
do the questing and stuff, like sometimes, but
It's
like
cool kickback. It's cool
yeah.
kickback. Like,
But if I was trying to go hardcore, like yeah. But I mean, as a grown man that has full time job and you know I spent a lot of the last like decade sitting at a desk working, 80 hours a week and playing video games the whole time too, where it's like one day you wake up and you're like, my life sucks. I got to get out of this house. I got to go lose like 75 pounds because now I'm severely overweight. Like I got to fix some things. So I can't
yeah,
just sit and play video games all the time. I like going out, two stepping, having some drinks, get out of the
find a
house
flat,
and
find a party.
can't just always be at home,
Yeah,
so I feel that, but so it's like finding that clever mix. You play against these people in Warzone where you're like, I swear to God, this person's hacking. No, they're just some sweaty person that just doesn't ever leave their house. So it's like
yeah, yeah.
I think that's the biggest challenge is like I think if there was something I could change, it would be a way to condense somebody down, not like a social credit score where it's like, oh, like a streaming credit score, but like you know, is this person like got a good rating for like their content? So it's a rated viewer that doesn't have trolls. Obviously, troll farms are gonna, you know, nuke you and review bomb you
Yeah.
and stuff. But if there was a way to get content, because like I said, I crack myself up on a constant basis. I think I'm funny as heck, but I know everybody else doesn't think I'm funny because, you know, I do have an ex-girlfriend or two, so there's at least
Yeah.
3 of them that don't think I'm super funny. But
Yeah.
like, you know, it comes down to like, I think my content in the gameplay is, you know, it's fine, but I think
Yeah.
my talking, you know, brings, I think it brings something to it. Like everybody in Jay's chat saying, you know, I watch it for the content as well as the person. You know, that's the content mesh. So if there was something I could change or figure out a way to, instead of the amount of viewers, it's like an actual rating, and it's like, how do you police that? Of course, naturally, you know, because human beings, we kind of
But
suck
see,
sometimes
Facebook
online.
also, like your title, like words you type in, like affects the algorithm. The game you play affects it. Uh, your actual stream name affects
Oh, I could
the
match that,
algorithm.
Latoya. I got you.
Yeah, she say
Bam.
crazy part about it is most of your support comes from complete. Well, I had complete in my mind. You feel me? But comes from strangers, which sucks sometimes. But gotta support my people. Yeah, you're right. Like 90. I think I'm at like close to 1,300 followers. 90% of them are people I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, we got a Star Train coming. Let's get it, man.
Choo choo. I mean, ultimately, that part sucks when you have like, did you say you got like 5,000 friends on Facebook and you get like 3 of them in there? It's like, I've had some really good friends that would just literally just put my stream on their phone and just walk away, kind of deal. So that's
See,
Right.
super helpful. Super
I think
helpful.
you do
Yeah.
a good job at streaming, man. I mean, you, from what I've seen and heard, while gaming with you, Sonny, you sit there and you interact with everybody, but you keep an up to date on what you're doing in the game.
Yeah, he
If it's,
actually can like make you laugh and be like,
yeah,
bro, we're
if
going
you
over here to
stream,
open this door and like we're gonna make
yeah,
it. Yeah, I'm like, damn, I can't do that. Like I'm just like calling people bell pepper head asses and
Bell
shit. You
pepperhead.
know what I mean? Like it's some crazy shit, man. Like
I think it's just
you got
everybody's got their stroke, you know?
yeah.
But that takes time too, because like, man, my first streams, I don't know what to say. Eventually, just like, I don't care what I'm saying. I'm just saying stuff, and that's like what I've been. My life is training people, you know, and I put in inspiration because I'm like a sales trainer, if you will. So I try to inspire people. Like when me and Jay would work together, we didn't just talk about like, hey, what kind of sales you got going on. We go outside and smoke cigarettes and like, tell me about you, what you got going on. If he was having a bad day, try and bring him up. If he's having a good day, pump him up even more, keep him rocking and rolling. Because as a sales manager, you need your people clipping. But like, you can't just inspire people just by like checking
Hey,
boxes,
but
kind of
look,
deal.
tell them how good I was as a
Oh, he
sales.
was so good. He pissed everybody off.
That shit was crazy, man.
We had so much fun just like knocking it down and making some cheddar back then. Like I miss those days a lot when the bills were a lot cheaper. Now you get these new
Yeah,
vehicles and it's like,
when rent was
oh,
$600.
God,
Like,
dude.
oh man, I missed them
Try
days.
living try living in Austin, Texas. Let me tell you something about $600 rent. You ain't gonna have tires on your car, and you ain't gonna have a car outside the next morning. Ooh, that's the rough side of
That's
town.
crazy.
I
This is
get a minute. I gotta use the restroom, guys.
okay. Hey, while we doing the Star Train, look like they Angie and Taria going blow for blow, 100 apiece, 100 apiece, 100 apiece.
I mean,
But
I
check me
can.
out. I just tagged Sunny Typhoon's uh page
He's a
in the
handsome
chat.
devil.
So, Star Party complete. We got a little explosion going on. You know what I'm talking about? We getting out there.
Yeah, that's the other thing about long streams. You have to make potty breaks and whatnot. But we blew Latoya's comment out. Guilty of walking away from a stream, especially at work or doing homework. That's okay. Like any support
Right.
counts. Like y'all don't see the metrics or whatever. Like even 3 second video views help out. 3 seconds. 1 minute helps out a lot. Those extra minutes count. There's times where I'm watching Jay at work just to blow up his minutes, and then I text somebody and I forget to put the stream back up, and it's like I remember like
Yeah,
2
and
hours
like
later, get back on there.
if y'all, I mean, the simple timer is just 3. Like when you come in, you know, do 3 things for us: like it, share it, comment.
Yeah,
You
comments are
know,
big too.
that's the free stuff. That's the free stuff. Now, if you want to support
I'll never
financially,
I'll
cool.
never ask for stars or
Yeah,
donations
I
or
don't say
none.
like please, like some people like please buy stars or hit the star button or like no.
On Twitch, I would ask
You
for
do
your
what you want
Prime
to do.
subscription. That's it, because you already got those, one a month.
Right,
But like, I never
right.
ask nobody for money. Like, I don't even ask you to stay, like, or follow. I do ask for the likes, follow, shares, but that's like, hey, smash that like button, because that's what everybody says. But it's like, man, if you don't like it, that's okay. Like, you ain't gonna hurt my
And like
feelings.
the view
I'm back.
count that
Welcome
that
back.
we're looking for is like if each person would come in and at least watch for 60 seconds. That's our biggest thing. Like if you want to watch longer, cool, chill with your boy, but like we need 1 minute. Like for the next goal for us is the
The one
supporter
minute.
deal. Yeah, so we need like 250 returning viewers in 7 days to watch for 1 minute. And that's any of our content. If I'm not live, you can go watch my old live video and that counts.
Which that one
You know what
always
I mean?
throws me a
So
little bit, because it's like, I like to watch live. If I wanted to
yeah,
watch a
yeah, yeah,
movie,
yeah.
I'd watch a movie. So I get it, and it's different time zones. And there's some of my fans will be like, some of the people in chat, I should say, they'll watch it later for a little bit, and they can't comment, so they can't get anything really out of it. So I get it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
it's definitely better live.
It's just available to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Like if it said, Plat Boy was live 2 hours ago, just click on it. Even if you
Yeah,
don't watch it, you
you're in
can
the
let it run
bathroom
for
on
60
Facebook,
seconds.
keep
Yeah.
scrolling, and then when you get done the bathroom, swipe back up there, click on that video real quick, and leave it in your pocket for 10 minutes. Yeah, that'd be great.
Right. And all that does is like the bigger the channel gets, the bigger it is for the viewers because then we get the giveaways, we get to the charity streams and like all this good stuff that can happen for
I used to do
yourself
the
or other
humble bundle
people.
thing for giveaways, but you'll get people that they never come back. They're just in there for
Right,
the
right,
draw.
right. People will be like,
And
"Oh,
that's
it's a
fine.
giveaway here," and okay, cool. You're giving me viewership and you're liking the stream, and
Because
you might
I'm
not be
not a
back,
greedy
but
person. I like sharing. Like,
yeah, yeah,
you
it's
know,
cool, it's cool.
I mean,
I
I don't
mean,
mind it at all.
I
I
mean,
just don't have
we're
the
looking for the
crowd to share
reach.
with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're looking
Same.
for the
I'll
reach.
like
Like
it as much as I can.
even if somebody like comes to the stream for the giveaway and doesn't come back, at least they had to do what it takes to get into the giveaway. Like it's not just random like, "Oh, you won." No, you got to like the stream, you got to do this, you got to share it. Now that share might get you somebody that'll come back from that guy that won't. So my thing is I'm easy E. All publicity is good publicity when it comes down to that. So,
You're really
you know,
easy.
yeah, I mean, that's the logic I go by.
I'm
Like
just
if
picking. I'm like,
you hate me
really?
or you love me, you
Yeah.
know about me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's how I
Even
feel about
bad
it. So,
attention's, attention.
That's like when you were doing that one giveaway, and you did the wheel and all,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I was in
Which
that or
Twitch
whatever,
was
and I'm
good
just
for
like, nah,
that.
man, give it to somebody
Mhm.
else. I'm already supporting you. Give it to someone else.
Mhm.
I
I'm
wish
here to support,
Facebook
not
had
for
a
for
better
a.
platform for that, for
And
giveaways.
yeah, that wheel, the spin the wheel deal. Like I had like 20 people that day, and I know like 15 of them were there just for the giveaway.
Oh
Like, but
yeah.
I was like, cool. Like, the thing is like if people scrolling by, they see 20 people in the stream, they might click on it because other people are there. People are attracted to crowds, so
Mm-hmm.
they might click on it just because Platt got 20 people. What he doing? Bam, 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 bam,
Mhm.
bam, and you know what I'm saying? Like you get a like, you get a follow. At least with the follow, they get a notification at least. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, you can always click
it,
unfollow
it
later. That's
works out.
fine.
Yeah, you know what I
Come and
mean?
hang
Like,
out for a minute.
It's like supporting
exactly.
you guys right now, and my way is that I've got Plaid up on the extra monitor on my computer, and I've got Sonny up on my phone,
Woo
so you
woo.
each are getting a
And that's
viewer.
crazy, man. That's crazy. Like you going above and beyond right now.
Yeah.
So
We need 10 more people like you.
yeah, for real.
Well,
Now, where we at? I wanted them to.
No, don't get me
Do
wrong.
y'all
There's
see
times
Sonny
where I post.
Typhoon tag? in chat? My bad, Blue.
Oh no,
Did
you're
you
fine.
see
man.
Sonny Typhoon's name tagged in the chat there?
Might have to bust out my John Cena costume here pretty soon. Throwing all these people over here. Get all dressed up.
Let me see. Yeah. Hey, y'all go over to my boy Sonny Typhoon's page. He's tagged. He's pinned comment. Go give him a follow and do it for you, boy. Do it for me. And we're gonna be streaming a lot together. 'Cause I made him dust off his mic, so he's back in action, and we're gonna be doing a lot of co-streams and all that good stuff. So Mayo, appreciate the like, baby. How you doing, man? Let's get it.
So that's basically it for my questions. We've been doing this for about 2 hours. You want to keep going and just hit the random stuff?
Some random stuff wherever
Some
y'all want to
random
go.
stuff.
Chad, give us a topic. Give us a topic to talk about. This is
Yeah, it's you can
we
always
need to make a
chime in.
name for it. This the first podcast, so let's make a name for it real quick.
Just hey, got some follow action coming on over here.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got 2 followers.
Angie, have a good
Nico,
night. Angie, have a good night.
Latoya, thanks so much for the follow and the stars. Ooh,
Uh-oh, they cutting up.
told you, man. Careful, send him over here. Good looking dude.
Kim
Whew.
Kardashian and Kanye West.
Look at that gorgeous beard, man. Who does not want to support that?
You feel me? Like he got it nice. It looked like he trimmed it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
So I got that gourmet barbershop in the mall. And yeah, they do me right, man. Those expensive haircuts though. That's not your like $8 barbershop like your dad used to take you to. This is like they want a couple bills from you. It's like, ooh, this one. Wallet's crying a little bit.
Okay, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. I haven't been following them too closely, but I do have a question to ask. Did Kanye West really dress up as a bush and stalk the lady in the driveway?
Say that again. I had a follow come through.
This is the
Did
first I think
Kanye
I've heard of
West?
this.
Thanks for the
Man,
like, Angie.
it was on some social media. It was on some social media page where they were like Kanye West dresses up as a bush and stalks.
Oh, and stalking.
Yeah. Because he lived next door to. He bought the house next door to her. Like when they broke up or they divorced, when they separated, he got the house like next door.
That's creepy as
Dude's a
hell, man.
billionaire. Dude's a billionaire.
He's
He
a
bought the
crazy
house next
billionaire.
door. Yeah. And, ooh, he's crazy.
But that's creepy buying the house next door to your ex.
Isn't she dating
It
that real
is.
ugly dude from Saturday Night Live? Which, ladies in Jay's chat, feel free to chime in. I heard that this dude's just ugly enough to be cute. I don't even know what his name is, but he dating some hot girls. Like, is this a good looking dude, or is this guy packing, or is it his money? I got to know.
Hold on. Just ugly enough to be cute. What the?
That's what some chick sounds like. Man, this dude's he's dating what? And she's like, "Ooh, he just ugly enough to be cute."
Hold on. Let me ask my old lady. Hold on.
Oh, he's funny. That's what it is. Okay, I'm funny.
Yes.
I ain't dating no Kim
Jeff.
Kardashian.
Come see real quick. Come see real quick.
Uh
Excuse the bonnet she got on her head, but
oh. He pulling in the big guns.
Can a guy be ugly enough to be cute? What the? I don't even understand. How is that even possible?
Well, let me find his name so you can ask her. Pete Davidson. Does she know who Pete Davidson is?
All right. I ain't.
Hey man,
Pete-
there might
Pete
be there's
Davidson.
something there that sparkles
Pete-
then, man.
Do I know who is Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live.
From Saturday Night Live. I don't know him.
He's that ugly white boy.
The ugly white boy.
He dating Kim
gotta be-
Kardashian.
He date Kim Kardashian. The guy that's ugly enough. He pale, like powder pale, like the movie Powder.
Yeah, he really is. He got bug eyes. I don't like to
Damn.
talk turkey on people, but he a weird looking dude.
She say he ugly enough to be cute.
What was his name again? Pete what?
Pete Davidson.
Thank you.
Oh, you don't know what he looks like?
Oh
Yeah, okay,
man.
yes, I
Hold
know who
on,
you're
hold
talking
on,
about.
hold on,
Yeah,
hold on. Hold on, Sonny. We about to do something. Uh Hold on. Let me see if I can work my jelly real quick.
Uh-oh.
Let me see if I can
yeah,
work my jelly real quick.
he's pretty sickly looking, man.
Oh my goodness.
I
How
mean,
can
he got
I?
juicy, plump lips.
I'm not trying to be rude or mean, but he looks like he's gonna die from
He does look
Oh my
like he's
goodness.
got like
something.
HIV stuff going on.
What if
Leukemia is something, man, because he's so pale and then it's dark around his eyes.
give me a sec. I'm about to see if I can make something happen real quick. Oh yeah, we in business.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Who we looking for? Pete Davidson. Oh, that motherfucker. I know this dude. Yeah. Ooh. See if they pull up the big picture.
He like
This guy right here.
Steve-O's like brother. Look like Steve-O.
Well, that
Yeah, he look.
picture right there with his thumbs ups is
Yeah.
a better, fresher, cleaner
I
look
mean, he
of him.
got juicy lips. Maybe he got them like they like, ooh, he a good kisser. I don't know. I can't figure it
He
out.
was on the little roast thing they did. Like he's always on like Justin Bieber roast or something like that. But yeah, he goes with the Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian, man.
Wow.
And I'm
But
slaving.
Nico say he was cheating. Hold on. Hold on. No, they not to have kids together. Yes, he's weird looking, but he's funny.
Yeah, man, you got way too many files on that screen.
Yeah, like have you ever heard of a file manager, bro? Or
Nah,
how to
that's each
hide
one
your
of them.
stuff?
I know exactly
Right
where
click and hide
Oh, guys,
icons.
everything
you
is.
see it? You see that porn folder that he has right there, right?
Oh
Oh no,
my
baby.
god, Chatterbait. What?
If it was a porn photo, it'd be named Boudin. Thank you.
Booty.
Yeah, but
Are you
Why?
sharing any
that's
booty sweat?
The
okay.
booty
So
juice.
Toya says, okay, Nico, I'm gonna go with Nico. Nico says she was cheating on Kanye behind his back. I didn't hear that. I didn't know that. That's some new shit. Like I haven't been following him too tough, but I did see the part where he was like dressed up as a bush. He had like on a whole ghillie suit with leaves and shit.
That's hilarious.
And okay, Toya says it's not weird that he bought the house next door because they have kids.
Still weird. You got
I think
cars.
it's see, he's not disgusting, but he has jokes to make you laugh, and he probably treats her really right. Wow.
Let me tell you something. I don't want to live next door to any one of my exes, including the one that has my
Exactly.
kids. Like, because eventually them kids grow old and leave, and then you're stuck just being her neighbor. And if she running a wild train of, revolving door, then that's a little bad for your psyche as a dude.
So would you like go over there and be like, "This shit got to stop now"?
Nah,
If she was doing that,
nah.
Y-
It's tough when
I
you got
understand- I
kids. It's
understand
tough.
the kid thing a little bit, but I still wouldn't, live next door to my ex because Sonny made a good point. It's over with. You want to be away from him as far as possible to a degree, you know?
And then you bring another chick over and you're like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, that's my ex's house right next door. That's not good for
I
that
don't wanna see what
relationship
my
either.
ex is doing, relationship wise and
It's
whatnot.
not good for your head, folks. Mental health, like, I think that's a very broad term that gets thrown around loosely, but you do need to consider the things that you put into your mind and how they affect you and your actions. And then before you know it, you're buying a house next to your ex and wearing a ghillie suit without a sniper rifle. You look silly.
I understand living within like 10, 20 miles of them, maybe.
Let's
A
say
block or
let's say
two so they can
that's-
ride their bike over safely. That's fine.
Yeah.
let's say that's split down the middle, okay? Like they got kids together, so like my boy Nico says, easy access to the kids. Uh, but once you cut that in half, the other half is like it is weird because like she's gonna get in other relationships. She's popular. She's a attractive woman. She's gonna have another guy.
Oh, yeah.
So that to me is, I mean, I'm splitting it down the middle, but personally, like that outweighs the kid thing because I can get my kids or take care of my kids like anywhere I'm living. You know what I'm saying? We can set that up, right?
Kind of just got the blinds like this. What's she doing over there? Like that's all that is. You just creeping Tom. Like, come on, man. Sometimes in life, and a basic rule of thumb in the world is if you got it once, you can find it again. Like Kim Kardashian's not the hottest, like best woman in the world, so you're Kanye effing
You damn
West.
close.
You
She
can go
close.
get another one. There's a lot of them out there that are not her that look better than her.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's people in chat that look better than her.
Yeah,
That's just a, that's just a
a
plug.
fact.
That's a plug. Yeah, But Toya says, yeah, but these are billionaires. This is chump change to them. You talking about in like buying the house? Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't think
this.
the house is the issue, the actual house, but probably
It's
on
the
there to
reason for
get the
buying the house.
kiddos and sometimes stalk.
Peeking through them blinds, those expensive billionaire blinds. Like, and as
Yeah,
a
like
man, you're doing nothing but hurting yourself. I promise you. I can point you in the right direction for facts if you want. You have got to just cut your losses sometimes and let it go. I promise you, it's
my
better.
goodness.
Better if you do.
I don't know, man. Like money changes everything.
That's true. I'm not rich, obviously.
Like their argument or the type of beef they having is like we would probably be killing each other or something like that. Like they
That's
got
kind of childish.
it's I
But
don't
that
know.
if you don't have nothing like, and that goes back to like things like what's your purpose in life. If your purpose, if you're rich, you kind of have like if you have really just a ridiculous amount of disposable income, you're living a lifestyle that we literally only see on TV and in the movies. So
What
that's
you
gonna
dream
skew
about.
things. Well, I don't really want that lifestyle, to be honest with you. Like,
Well, see, I
yeah,
mean, I know it's hard to say you wouldn't do something if you had the money because you're not in that position, of having the money. But I would hope I would not be that kind of person where money talks. You know what
Right,
I'm
right.
saying? And change my personality. I'd rather still, yeah, obviously get the things that I want that I don't have in life. Like, I want a good fishing boat to go out and go fishing. I
Right.
want to be able to get a damn good graphics card to put in my
Yeah.
computer.
a
You know?
second computer to stream.
Yeah,
I want a
exactly.
better, entertainment system for my house. You know what I'm saying? The size house that I live in is perfect for my family. It's only four of us. I don't need anything bigger. I don't. To me, I personally, I would go stir crazy knowing I live in a mansion because you know what I'm saying? You just have all this dead space.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
really going to be in there?
I
Ooh.
think like even if me personally, if I had that much money and I've been everywhere, I've seen all these things, and it's if I got stuck on one person
Yeah. Real
to
quick. Tar,
where
you have a good night.
yeah,
Appreciate you stopping by, baby. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You came through.
I think for me personally, I would hope that I had the wherewithal to be like, I'm just going to live my life. Like my kids,
Hmm.
obviously they're there. I'm gonna do my part, which as a divorced father, it was tough sometimes. You know, it you don't always get to see your kids. You miss out on a lot. You don't get to come home. And the I always tell like young parents like these are the times when these kids are small that you kind of can get frustrated because you're not quite used to sacrificing everything for them, but these are the times that you're going to wish you had back. Like, do not take any of these moments for crazy because some of these things are memories that are going to create a lot of melancholy down the road because they're gone. Like, my kids are 22 and 19, and you know how often I get to see them. Boys aren't like boomerangs, they don't come home. Like, my oldest son's up in New York now in the military. Hopefully, he don't get pulled in any crazy stuff because he's a combat medic. They're like one of the first to go. So hopefully he's not
Yeah.
heading over to Europe anytime soon.
Yeah.
But even my 19-year-old son, like he lives down in Orange where Jay's at, and I can't get down there all the time. It's a 9-hour round trip to drive down there. I can't just drive down for the night. So it's like
Yeah.
it makes things difficult, and being a part of them, yeah, it would be nice to be able to coexist and live next door, but you got to think about your own. Like you got to sometimes be a little selfish as a parent and think about like it's kind of like on an airplane. You put your own air mask on first to save other people's lives. Like you got to make sure you take care of yourself first. The kids, even when
Right.
you're a full-time family, a lot of times the kids don't need to come first. You do need to make sure sanity, in the house and peace in the house is, integral. And trying to live next door to somebody just doesn't seem like the way of bringing any kind of like mental peace to your life, especially from a dude's perspective, because you're just gonna be
Yeah,
jealous all the time.
it just yeah, exactly. It just seemed like you would never get over it, seeing her every day or every other day. Like it would be some weird stuff.
Yeah, man, I've been with my wife for 22 years,
Yeah.
all together between dating, engagement, and married. Trust me, man, there's times where I don't, I love my wife to death, but everybody needs their own time to unwind, their privacy, you know what I'm saying, to be by
Give me a
themselves.
chance to miss you. God damn.
Yeah,
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna take 5 chat real quick. I need to go run and get an energy drink and make some room for that energy drink. So y'all keep
I
on
mean,
talking
it's like
about Kim
tomorrow night,
Kardashian
man.
and
It's just the
Kanye
guys
West.
tomorrow, and it's a
Heck
fish
yeah!
fry.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
man,
So, I mean, but that's like something like that, like every couple times a month, I may go hang out with my friends,
Right.
have a drink or two, do the fish fry, whatever, but that's my time to get away.
Yeah, the I mean camaraderie and like man time is pretty important. Like, the
Oh
bonding, the
yeah,
brotherly bonding, and the girls had a girls' night out. Like that stuff is
exactly. My
all
wife does the
needed.
same thing.
Yeah, that's all needed. That's all needed. But buying a house next door, I mean, but okay, it's Kim Kardashian. Okay, she's been through some stuff. She's, gotten popular with, certain type videos and, dating basketball players, and that's pretty much how we know her. But Kanye, like, dude, you're a billionaire. Like, even if like women would like line up for him, like what? I don't know what the hell is like what did she do to him? Is what I'm trying to get to. Like, you're a billionaire. Like, you won't be hurting like for women. Period. Maybe not the type the homebody you might be looking for, but like they line up for
Yeah,
that.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're not probably going to find the one that wants a true relationship, but just wants to be with you for who you are because you're
Hmm.
famous and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple different types of women out there on what their goal is. And I'm not trying to make it
Right.
sound when I say goal that they have a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Do you mean gold or gold?
gold.
Goal.
The LD.
G, not
Talking about
gold,
gold diggers
but
or
goal. Like you have a
goal
goal in life.
oriented people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? They have their own agenda, whatever that agenda may be. If they're actually wanting to be with him and family potential, and long
Yeah.
term partnership or marriage. Yeah, but then you have the other ones, gold diggers and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Nico, you
Pardon
still in
my
chat?
French if I'm cussing too much for you guys.
Man, hell no. We good. I mean, it's 18 and up now. Like,
I would say
but yeah, we
I try to keep it down to a minimum.
yeah, it's cool, man. I've said a couple of them. Hey, Nico, I'm just extending the invitation, like on the next podcast, if you'd like to be a part of it. My
Check him.
Discord. Let me see. Let me see.
Oh,
Let me get your
mama.
I mean, I know I'm
Discord
not streaming,
invite.
but it seems to be going pretty good for you guys so far
Oh
with
yeah,
tonight.
it actually surprised me. Like, I thought we were gonna be talking to ourselves for a while, but
I talk to
it's
myself all the time.
yeah, yeah, I know.
He said, "Yeah, I know."
See, this is what I like too, man. Is that you guys are just doing. You, I mean, yeah, now we're just talking about random stuff, but prior to that, you had your objectives, on what you wanted to talk about and all. But it was down to earth stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's not like what's going on in the news today and all this crap on where the world's at and all. It's just down to earth talking
Yeah.
about interests.
Ain't
I
nobody
don't
want to
think
talk
I'm
about
a
all that crazy stuff. World's
yeah, I don't
burning.
Yeah.
think I'll ever touch like politics. I don't think I'll ever.
Oh no.
I
So
might
is
have
it?
like a Trump joke or something like that, but I'm not gonna like dig enough.
There's
You know
a
what I'm saying? Like politics or something
there's
like
an
Dude,
old saying in the hockey world. There's three things you don't talk about: religion, politics,
hmm
and another dude's girl.
I was gonna
that.
say,
Yeah,
man, politics is like talking about religion. You just don't do it.
right.
Traipse,
Now,
but don't talk.
Nico's saying, I think he really loves her and don't want to give up. He married to, and mental status not been great, and I think she probably had enough.
When a
But
woman is out of love with a man, they are done. Men
yeah,
stay in love when they
Is
can't.
Kanye's shenanigans real?
It could just be publicity stunts too. It's hard to say
I'm
with
thinking
them.
it's that. It's like every time something happens, it's like an album is about to drop.
That's the groundbreaker right there on what's gonna make you. Is he really an okay person, or is he really doing this? Is if it's really true or not? Because if it is true, yes, it's gonna change your opinion on it. You're gonna think that he's weird, he's a creep, and he needs some help.
Yeah, but is
You know what I'm
Kim
saying?
Kardashian like an angel?
Probably
Ain't none of
not.
them an
Come on,
angel.
man.
Yeah, you know
We're
what I'm
talking
saying? Like
about
she,
Kardashians here,
right,
man.
right, but I'm saying like everything is
They're
like they broke up. It's Kanye. It's Kanye. It's Kanye. We're not saying what Kim might have done.
dude. The Kardashians are like freaking Paris Hilton, man. They think they're God's gift
Yeah,
because they're
yeah.
born into that lifestyle. I mean, don't. And this is. I'm not trying to talk ill will too much, but I know it
Mhm.
sounds like it. But it's. They were given everything on a freaking silver platter.
I know. Like
You
if
know
my
what I'm
daddy was
saying?
rich, you couldn't tell me
You're
shit.
stuck up. You got that stuck up personality. That's the only way I can say. You're not
Yeah.
humble. You're far fucking from it.
What they call it, affluent or something like that, where
Mm-hmm.
they just born into money and like
Yeah.
Silver spoon.
didn't have to go through the type things that we had to endure.
As an average
Living
person would
paycheck to
have to.
paycheck,
Yeah,
spending
Exactly.
buying bologna so you can live for a week.
yeah.
Like
Putting
those
$2
guys
with
aren't
your
living
brother
off of
for the
fucking
chicken
ramen
dinner. Like,
noodles.
Bro, I'll tell you, I still live off ramen. I just make it way better now.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
I add
make
some
that
stuff
stuff all
to
the
it.
I
time.
mean, let's all face it, man. Everybody, when they're starting out on life, is struggling. The average people. Yes, if you make proper things get better in life the older you get.
Yeah.
You know
Now
what I'm saying? You can afford things that you thought you could never afford
Oh, they could
back when
afford
you were
way better
younger.
drug habits than we can.
they can buy
I'm a
big
little,
rocks.
Shit,
yeah.
they could just afford to keep a better roof over their head.
Yeah,
I
they
was
can buy
telling
them big
Platt about
rocks.
that old house that I lived in from like the
Yeah,
1940s or 50 that
They
had
get
old
the
school plaster inside and out with no freaking insulation in between.
yeah,
oh,
It was
that's
horrible heating and
yep.
cooling that place.
yeah.
Oh
Baby,
yeah.
baby, check out the size of this rock. You can smoke
Hmm
for hours. You know.
Well, like, how much does it cost to get a box at the Super Bowl? Like all these people.
Man,
I would have loved to been at the Super Bowl. That halftime show was fire. Like, even though 50 Cent, a little weird. I don't know why you're hanging from the ceiling, but whatever. It's cool. I like
yeah,
them. I
yeah,
like them J's Eminem was wearing. But like, how much
for
were the
real.
boxes though? Like 50 grand for a box.
Ooh,
These people don't care.
yeah. It
They
was a
don't even know how
huge
much it
number
costs
for
because somebody like their assistant's just booking it. Like,
yeah, paid it for them. Yeah,
and that's great. Like, hey, it's kind of like everything else in life. We pay a lot of these people's salaries because we go to the movies and go out to go see it, and chase keeping up with the Joneses and whatnot. But honestly, they wouldn't be nothing without us. So I take full credit for all the problems
yeah,
that I've caused to Kanye and Kim
yeah.
by
I
trying to
think my
keep up
boy,
with them.
I think Nico is saying like the Kardashian family, like there's a curse to the guys like that dated him, like like Lamar Odom. He said guy was on crack when he was with Chloe. Man was waking up at 3 a.m. to hit one.
I
Oh my
mean,
God.
wake
We
and
can
bake,
smoke
baby.
for hours.
Hey, I'm just gonna say it, all right. To
Go ahead.
me, and I don't give a shit what people think. To me, the Kardashians are the skank of the rich and famous.
Dang, bro, that's cold.
I just don't like that personality, man. I just don't.
Oh man,
You,
yeah.
because okay, I'm gonna throw this out to you. All right. Just
If I
hear
was
me
rich and
out here.
famous, I
Hear me
wouldn't want to
out.
be
Hear me out.
there.
You want to know about Pete Davis, right? About
Yeah.
how ugly he is, and barely cute and all that. But there's something
Hmm.
about him. Like I think it was Latoya was saying that, he's funny. He tells jokes. There's something there that a woman likes.
Yeah. He's funny as shit. Like
You
once I
you see
saw the
what I'm
picture
saying?
of
You
him,
could
I
have
know
a
I've seen him before.
you
So
could have a beautiful woman and this what we categorize as a ugly guy,
yeah,
that's lower than average, but still with that girl because he's got something that sparked that girl's interest,
yeah.
you know. But the Kardashians don't have any of that shit. They're just
No,
I'm still
no.
they're
trying to figure
rude,
that out
crude,
myself.
stuck up.
I got
They're
this
just
gorgeous beard, can't get girls to go out on dates. Like, what's up?
that's
Don't
just
get
me
it.
personally. I've never been interested or attracted to stuff like that. It's a turn off to me. You know what I'm saying? Where it's
I
just like,
think a
whoop,
lot of
I'll
real
turn my head,
people are
walk the
like
other
that.
direction.
Well, there's personality tests all over the internet. Like, but the fact of the matter is like there are certain types of people that's just not going to gravitate to the drama that they bring to the table.
Hmm.
And I mean, we're sitting here talking about it as not even like on the blip on the radar of being an expert on the situation. We had to Google half this stuff, but it's like I've never even watched that show. I don't know anything
I
about it. I
haven't
just
either,
know
man.
that Caitlyn Jenner or whatever is Bruce Jenner is on there, and I'm like, yeah, it sounds not like my cup of tea. I'm gonna go play video games. And on the flip side, there's people that will never see, a stream period, not even like ours, but a big person stream because they're just not into video games. So it's like there's different strokes for different folks all the way around. So I think that it's pretty accurate to assume that not everybody wants to figure out why these types of things are why are Kanye and Kim breaking up, or the Pete Davidson. That's just a funny thing because I've had that conversation with other people, other girls and stuff along the way. Because I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is. I don't watch Saturday Night Live anymore. It hasn't been funny for like 20 years. So that's just my 2 cents on it.
It's just that I think like the money part, like you break up with the girl and the argument is different. Like, well, fuck you. I'll buy the house next door. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like the money is different. Like,
Yeah.
okay, kick me out. It's not hurting me. Like,
It's
so the
like even
argument is different.
what's his face from God, what was that TV show? He's a comedian. He's the one that rolls down a lot or falls down and breaks shit.
Chris
Uh,
Farley.
King of Queens.
Oh, James. He was in
And he was in the one with
Grown Ups. Paul Blart
yeah,
Mall
Grown
Cop.
Ups, and then he was in whatever it was with Will Smith, where Will Smith was giving him
Hitch.
the dating. Yeah. Isn't
It's
he
Paul
married to a
Blart.
supermodel?
Kevin
Paul
James.
Blart. Paul
Paul
Blart,
Blart.
huh?
Kevin James.
Kevin James, but isn't he dated or married to a supermodel?
Dude, his wife in King of Queens. Ooh, let me tell you something. That's a good-looking woman.
And I'm not saying he's a bad-looking guy, but he's a little more on the heavy side, and not saying he's the most gorgeous guy either, but he's fucking dating a supermodel.
Yeah, he got a couple
Well, he's lost some
thousand
weight. Looks.
Benjamins.
He's
But see, that's the thing.
56.
He makes big money, but she also makes big money too doing what she does. It's not
Yeah.
like she needs him for
Stefania
his money,
de la Cruz is who he. Oh, he's married. Currently married to Stefania. Let's do a quick search there.
But like I say,
thought
like
she was
you
I
can
thought she
still
was a
like
model.
Oh
a
my
rich
God,
woman.
she's beautiful.
A rich woman would date a rich, ugly man. Like,
Oh, she was in
easy.
Paul Blart Mall Cop, Zookeeper, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, married to Kevin James since 2004. They have 4 children. She's smoking hot.
That's what I'm saying. There was something that she found interesting about him. To me, a
I'm missing
scenario like
something.
that, it's hard to sit there and pick that out and say that she was a gold digger. You know what I'm saying?
No, because she's an. Oh my God, she's gorgeous.
But see,
With somebody have
but
that many kids.
if two rich people are together, it basically breaks it down to two poor people being together. They probably actually love each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing. So
Whew.
Now, don't
okay,
get me
did you
wrong. I'm
watch?
sure there are some scenarios where it's two rich people, but one person's digging for the other.
Right, and they might
Don't
just
get me
like,
wrong.
okay,
There is
we're gonna
greed
be
out there.
like when two rich people get together, like they may just be looking at the power game, the end game, the
Exactly.
power couple type deal. Like we both rich. We could be super rich. You know what I mean? Like we could do this and do that and start this and start like they got options. So
I'll put her in the Discord chat. What's up?
yeah, Nico is saying, did you guys watch Valhalla yet? I'm not sure. I only know the game.
No, I have not.
Tell me about it.
Has it
Do
been
I
out?
need to watch it?
That's not streaming on Netflix or anything like that, right? It's
Oh,
on
that's a
specific,
show.
Plus.
Is that's the Vikings show, right?
I need to check it
Vikings
out. Vikings
Valhalla came out in 2019. It says 2013.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
It is
that's
on
saying
Netflix?
it's on Netflix.
Okay, I didn't know if it was on like
That might be what I watched tonight
Paramount
when I
Plus or something
finally
like that.
crashed.
yeah.
That's good. I got Netflix. I'll have to look for it then.
Nico, did you click on the Discord? Just save it for later. Like, make sure you get in there.
Yeah.
And what else we got?
All right, so Netflix got some pretty decent shows, even though like a lot of the big stuff got pulled out there. Like I love The Office, and they got yanked off. Are you guys into animes at all?
Dragon Ball Z.
American or otherwise, or
Tune
non-American?
in next time for Dragon Ball Z.
4 more episodes of one
Yeah.
fight.
Exactly. Yeah. That's just. Okay. Let me stop. I was the Ninja Scroll, like the movie. I was a fan of that.
I got that bad
Dragon
boy on DVD.
Ball, all the Dragon Ball Z, Super, GT, whatever. I was into that. Oh, Nico,
Vampire Hunter D, man.
we use that for Destiny too, for voice chat. We don't use in-game chat, just so you know. But and we're probably gonna play that or something else after this. I'm still gonna be up for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was Dragon Ball. I really love the Super series for Dragon Ball, but that's as far.
I like the
watched-
original a lot.
Yeah,
just Dragon
yeah.
Ball.
Right, Baby Goku. I
Oh,
like
he's
it,
so
but-
funny.
Yeah.
Just patting
Now-
Bulma on the parts that you shouldn't be patting her. I'm like, what are we
Yeah,
watching, kids? Why are
exactly.
we watching this? Hilarious.
But watch on Netflix. There's a show called Gantz O, GANTZ.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
And that's pretty dope. It's a pretty dope show. It was in the anime column, but it's like Advent Children graphics.
Did you see Arcane, the League of Legends one?
No.
So good.
Like
10
I say,
out of 10.
I'm
Would
like
recommend.
I stopped. Like after Gantz, Dragon Ball Z, Ninja Scroll. That's as much as anime that I've.
I think I
been
actually
into.
watched that one. Gantz O.
I'm actually picking up
Yes,
the
on
third
Netflix.
season of Log Horizon. I've seen the first 2 seasons of it, and it finally came out on Crunchyroll because it was the only anime platform that I have for streaming.
Yeah.
Is
I need
Gantz O
to,
kind of... Yeah,
Do
recently
what?
deceased people who were revived given high-tech weapons cooperate. Yeah, that's what I was talking about the other day at work. I couldn't remember what it was called. I like that one a lot.
You never seen the
Which one?
anime before? I haven't seen many, but they're worth getting into. Like the ones that I saw, I have not been disappointed. Like
There's
I'm
a
not
lot of
cutesy
them now.
stuff, you know what I'm saying? The kitty cutesy stuff. I like more of the adult anime that's there.
I don't like
Yeah.
the nasty stuff of like, because some of it's
No,
like hentai,
hentai,
softcore
exact- I
hentai.
don't
I'm like,
wanna-
I'm out on that.
I don't want
like,
to get
I'm
into
good.
that shit. When I say adult, I'm talking about blood and gore, and more adult
Well, watch-
based stuff.
go watch Gantz O
Ganso is good.
on Netflix. Oh my god.
I like that one a lot.
All right, it's Advent Children with blood and guts.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm talking about it's deep, like alien shit, and like yeah, you'll like it. Cause I just was scrolling through trying to find something to watch, and I just clicked on that, and I watched the whole damn thing. I was looking for a part 2, and damn, when they gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. What's
Yeah,
up,
some of
Mike?
that-
What's up, baby? Make sure you hit that like button, babe.
Some of that, like there's American anime starting to come up. There's one on Amazon Prime. It's called Invincible. That one's good. That was real good.
I'm gonna check it out. Like,
Ooh, excuse me.
I need to keep a mental note of something.
Bring that up again and vote on it later. Woo!
Yeah. Appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you. We just having a good old conversation, Mike. We were talking about some gaming things, some early gaming, like old school nostalgia. where we're at currently. We just went through a little timeline with gaming. Doing something new? Yes. This is the first episode of the Co-op Crew podcast. I got my boy Sonny Typhoon. We got Blutarsky in the building, and we just talking about a little bit of everything. We kind of switched it up now to ask us a question and we'll talk about it. So
Yeah.
give us a topic, we'll talk about it.
Just
So,
not
yeah.
Kanye and Kim, because we already
Yeah,
done
we
that
burnt
one.
up we burnt up Kanye and Kim, but yeah, if you got something you
Now,
want to talk about, let us know. We rock.
with the anime, Tenji is a good one. The anime was all right, but the actual manga, man, was so much fucking better.
Hmm.
It did show a little TNA in it, but I mean,
A little
the
TNA's
story,
fine.
yeah, but the story was fucking awesome, man. And it had some supernatural to it, but I mean, like, dudes getting their fucking arms cut off, and you're seeing everything inside the arm.
Oh,
The
nasty.
layers of the skin, you're seeing the tendons where they are, and it's just a clean cut.
Did you you ever
Right.
watch Seven Deadly Sins? That one was pretty funny
I
too.
watched a little bit of it.
It's just I like when the main character's kind of creepy, like Dragon Ball. He reminded me
Yeah.
of like the Baby Goku thing. It's like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Then that big giant chick is all in love with him. Put it between her boobies. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
It's
like
kinda
Platt was
funny.
saying, man, Ninja Scroll, stuff like that, adult content style.
Oh my God, since I mentioned that, okay. So you just it popped in my head when you said it again. Watch the Scorpion animated Mortal Kombat movie.
Hmm.
When I say
Think of
it's
it.
on YouTube. You're gonna pay $2.99 to rent it for 2 days, but it's worth every dollar,
Did you like Pacific
bro.
Rim?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
So
it.
there's an animated series of Pacific Rim on Netflix that's not bad.
Really?
Yeah, something about like Into the Black or something like that. It's like more kaiju's coming. It's like the kids of the people, like they hid their kids in a secret area, and the kids are like nobody ever comes back and get them.
The name of it again?
Yeah, it might be.
Into the Black.
Might be.
I'm trying to like
Pacific
figure out how
Rim
I can.
2.
Yeah, I'm gonna just type it in.
I think it's Into the Black. It's something black. It's just called The Black. Pacific Rim The Black.
Pacific Rim the Black. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
came
making a
out
whole
last
text
year.
document with all these shows y'all naming.
I'm telling you though, dude, Arcane. So League of Legends been around for a long time. They hit their 10-year stride, I think, last year, and they for their 10-year anniversary, they came out with a bunch of stuff like new games, new content. They came out with Valorant. Like I think that's Valorant. Yeah, isn't it League of Legends? I think it's League of Legends that did Valorant. But putting out like seriously good content, like all their music videos. Like they've got K-pop band, which I know I'm gonna sound like I'm gonna lose some viewers right now, but man, the KDA K-pop band from League of Legends, I love that stuff. It is such good music. And like
Yeah.
they have I have a vinyl of their symphony from the game music, and like so they came out with an animated series called Arcane, and it's like a backstory because it's been around for so long. They're changing the backstory a little bit of some of their characters. Dude, it's a awesome series. Like I couldn't believe how awesome it was. This is amazing. Like it is worth the watch, big time.
Did you
I
watch
hear
it
you,
on
man.
It's on
I
Netflix.
watched.
Netflix? Okay.
I watched.
Y'all gonna make me do a spreadsheet with all of
Mm-hmm.
them.
I watched Move Love Alternative and all. It's kind of like the Gundam style
Yeah.
stuff, like you get inside the suits and all, and there's aliens that are, pretty much almost wiped out the civilization on Earth, as they're the last fighting force and all this stuff. And dude, it had a fucking awesome opening song to it. The rhythm and everything was just cool. I dug it. So I kind of understand where Sonny's coming from.
Yeah.
What's the best like nasty alien in a movie or series you've seen?
Hell,
Dude,
aliens.
I'm gonna say Alien, man. Period, dude. I remember watching that for the first time, man, and it was at home, and I was cuddling up underneath the covers and all that other shit, or not cuddling, but covering up, fucking scared as shit.
Had your teddy bear?
Pretty much, man.
Dude, did you guys see the Tomorrow War on Amazon with Chris Pratt? Came out around the beginning of the year. Might have been
Damn
last
it,
year.
I'm glad you said. Let me put that in too.
Bro, that movie,
can't
those
remember if I watched it
aliens
or not.
are nasty. It feels like there's no hope. And they ugly, and it's like, how are we even gonna win? And there's so many like neat crisscrosses. You're just like, oh snap.
I think
That
I can't remember if I watched it, but I remember that. I remember the like advertisement for it.
Yeah, like it's right at the beginning, like they're watching a soccer game or something, and a portal opens up, and they're like, we're fighting a war 30 years in the future that we're gonna lose. We need to pull people from the past to the future to help us."
Right. Nico, what platform is it on? Do y'all know?
The Tomorrow War is on Amazon Prime.
Okay, I got Amazon Prime. Good, good, good.
How are you not gonna
8P.
ask me what I'm talking about?
Well, I mean,
What's
because
that?
he said it was amazing in chat, so I was, engaged. Engagement, man.
I'm just giving
Nah,
you
I'm playing.
heck. Just
You
giving you
guys are still
heck.
talking
No.
about like sci-fi. I want to stay on that, but if you haven't seen this series, I highly recommend you watch it and then watch the movie after the series.
Don't say
Yeah.
And
Death Note.
no. This is a sci-fi movie and all, or TV series. It only had one series and it didn't take off, but Firefly. It is the
Firefly.
best fucking TV series that got turned into a movie that incorporated the Wild West into space.
He said gonna watch it
Fire
again now.
Firefly. That's not the one with the guy who voices Cade. What's his name? I was just talking
Yes,
about him
it
earlier.
is.
So it was
Nathan
Nathan Fillion. That was only one
Fillion.
series. I thought that went on forever,
It
like
didn't take off.
Supernatural.
It wasn't
A6 you
popular. It
talking
did
about?
not get its popularity until after the series stopped because they just didn't have the viewings. The ratings weren't there for it.
Yeah.
So it got canceled and then the popularity took off and then they made the movie for it.
Mm.
So if you ever watch it, got to watch the season or the season first, then the movie. You can't do it opposite because the movie picks up. It
After the
tells a little
season.
bit of the season, of some key points that weren't talked about in the season, but it
Yeah.
takes on to stuff that you find out during the season. It explains it all basically in the movie.
You say K his voice
Cade
Yeah, the
Six,
voice
K6
actor for Cades. Yeah,
and
Nathan Fillion.
Firefly
Firefly.
TV series is on what?
I
Oh
don't know.
no, it's not on a deal, man, that I know
You
of.
have to
You're
buy it
just
on
gonna have
Vudu.
to. You'll have to see if.
It's probably on
Where
YouTube. YouTube you can buy a lot of
yeah, I mean, you can possibly buy it
mainstream.
or maybe up there under free. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's Josh Whedon's Firefly.
Okay. I'm gonna check that out for sure.
Let's see where
It,
it
it's
streams.
it's fucking hilarious, dude. Because the thing I love the most about it is that when they're cussing at each other or like dogging each other, they're saying it
Yeah.
in Chinese.
Oh,
So you know that they're fucking talking shit. But I think when they do that, they put captions up there so you know what they're saying.
Okay. Okay. You should
it looks like it's
watch.
on Hulu, possibly.
Okay. Hulu. Let me bam, 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 bam. Okay, we got that now.
And then it's also got what's her face that talks as Ikora in it too.
Really?
The black actress.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, she's
Okay.
pretty hot looking too, man. She got some good DSLs.
Mm.
Sorry, folks.
that 56K.
Platt knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, everybody knows what you're talking about. That,
He talking about the internet service.
that shoot through the butthole.
Yeah, she played in a bunch of sci-fi stuff too back in the day.
Yeah. Let me see. You should watch Carnival Row on Amazon Prime. I'm tight, bro. I don't
Firefly's on
like.
Hulu. I can watch it.
Okay, I got Hulu. Carnival Row. I don't have Hulu, but my old lady does, so I guess I do have it.
Oh,
Carnival
dude.
Row on Amazon.
So,
I'm
are any of you guys readers?
a little
Amazon
bit.
Prime.
So the Wheel of Time series.
You see
I
these words I'm typing
Yeah.
on these in this
Trying to keep up.
Yeah, that's as much as I read.
You got to type with more than 2 fingers if you're gonna keep up with us, Platt.
Look, this is as much. You said if we read it. Pacific Rim Black, Tomorrow War, Firefly TV series, Carnival Row on Amazon Prime. Like that's as far as I go with
I do more fantasy style
the
stuff.
computer screen at work. Yeah, I
Stuff like
read
the
that.
Dragonlance and
So
whatnot.
the Wheel of Time is about a kid basically is the dragon reborn. It's like reincarnation. The Wheel of Time turns and spits out strong characters over and over and over again. They die and eventually they come back. And they don't know who they are, but they keep being people. And like this now, if you read the book, I flipped out for a solid hour and a half watching that series because it's like, this is wrong, this is not canon, this is not the book, that's not the right person, blah blah blah. It's like, oh my god, like I was not happy. But if you can
Sometimes you
back
might miss out
off,
on something good like that though.
yeah, so it is changing of the times because the book was wrote 20 years ago or so, and it is 2022, so things are done differently in Hollywood now. But if you can get past that, it's not exact. If you've never read the book, you'll love the series. But
Right.
reading the book, it's like when they change stuff. Imagine if like Harry Potter was like, I don't know, not like as troublesome as he was. Like he was a good boy and never got into trouble, and there was no adventures. It's like, this is boring. So I get it, but it's like things have changed drastically. They tweaked parts in the stories. Like that didn't happen in the book. That didn't happen in the book. They're taking serious liberties. But if you don't know the book, like I said, it's once you get to the first like major tragedy scene in the movie where like I don't want to spoil it because you got to watch it, but the first season's already done and over, so you can binge it. I think there's 9 episodes. Bro, it got pretty good. I'm like, all right, they did good here. All right, they did good there. That makes
Y'all
sense.
think
Yeah, they tied it back together. All right.
what did y'all think of The Witcher?
Loved it. Both
Oh
seasons.
my god.
What a
Like
dope show.
I haven't watched any of it yet.
What?
that's priority
Log
number
out right
one.
now and go watch
Yeah.
it. Come back.
Hey,
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't watch a lot of today's stuff that's out there.
It's
I'm not saying
amazing.
I'm not talking bad. I'm sure I'll probably enjoy it, if I get around to watching it, but I know this is gonna sound so fucking lame and all, and I'm gonna sound like my damn dad.
Mm-hmm.
But dude,
let's
I
hear
actually
it.
enjoy watching a lot of documentaries the older I get.
You are getting old.
Yeah,
You probably watching
it's-
spaghetti
I
westerns
know it
too.
sounds sad. No,
It's
I
nothing-
don't watch
it's nothing
spaghetti
wrong with it.
westerns. I'm not that damn old. I'm not sitting there watching Clint Eastwood and shit.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with
But
documentaries.
I'm sitting there watching a lot of like World War One, World War II stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, I sit there and watch other stuff like treasure hunters, that go and do the deep sea diving and whatnot. For
Biggest
treasure.
catch, baby. That's a
You know,
man. Whoo, I can fall asleep
yeah,
to that.
watching biggest catch, deadliest catch.
Oh, I
Stuff
love
like
it.
that.
Catch me that big
I'll
old
even
tuna and
go.
all them crabs. I go crazy.
I'll even do
When
the.
I say this, The Witcher. Remember we had tiers for the what was it, video games
Mm-hmm.
or video game movies. The Witcher
That's
is
S tier.
like it's
Plus
it's up
plus.
there. It's up there. The Witcher is probably the best
Video
thing
game
on TV
series.
right now.
That's the
Yeah,
I played
best
the
video
that's
game
true.
first and the
series.
third, but I just haven't
Witcher
seen the
on
series.
Netflix. It's 2 seasons out now. We waited forever for the second season to come out, but that's the best TV out right now, bro. Is the Witcher series, and you can watch. I think it's like 8 episodes. I think it's like 16 episodes total. Or
That's a
something
lot.
like
Like you'll be
Mhm.
binging like
that, bro. And they
oof,
all an hour long, so
oof.
bro,
They're
it's
so good.
they really
So
good, bro.
good.
That was a well thought out. It was worth the wait, and I'll wait another year for the next season. But it's like,
When it
'cause I mean,
comes to
it's Henry Cavill, the Superman. He
yeah,
plays the Witcher.
Geralt.
So yeah,
When it comes to
Geralt, yeah.
like we talked about like tiers of movies and whatnot, but when it comes to like a video game translated into a series or a show or even a movie, I think that one is the pinnacle. Like
Yeah.
for Netflix and not having to really pay much more than whatever it is, $15 a month to watch it, that is one of the best shows. Like the graphics, the visuals, the story, which it's a little confusing on the story because the books are written from different perspectives of like talking about time frames, and then it's like, well, what the heck? How did this person come back? And it's like, well, it's a past concept. So, like,
Right.
some people lose that in translation, and that's where the bad reviews come from.
And
But
then they hit when you compare.
ugh.
Go ahead.
No, go
When
ahead.
you compare it to the game, they hit like I'm big on like the main character being in a movie adaptation, right? They hit it spot on. I'm talking about with the voice of the character, his abilities,
Superman.
He's
the like,
amazing.
Yeah, he
bro,
did the Man of Steel one, right?
Yep.
listen to the voice. Like, say you play The Witcher 3 and then you watch
hmm
The Witcher show, like you wouldn't be able to tell the difference in the character.
Yeah. Now, you see, I've seen reviews and such like that on it, and obviously I've sat there and watched the little trailer deal, which they show parts of it when you highlight over it on
Oh yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, he looks spot on. Even the
Oh
talking,
my
I
goodness.
get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It does look interesting, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's so much shit to choose
Yeah,
from.
and
There
the
is, but this should be a
the
priority.
creatures. Yeah, like when you go before you go to sleep tonight, like watch episode 1.
Watch like 6
Okay.
episodes before you
Oh
go to
my
bed.
goodness.
It'll be like one. Glad
Yeah.
knows me, man. I normally get off gaming or whatever, and I'll sit there and watch at least one, maybe 2 episodes, and I pass out.
Right.
Like the
And then
Lord
you
of the
will see
Rings
like
adaptation was good, from a
I
book
like
to a
that.
movie. But
Yeah.
to me, this is one of the best adaptations ever. Like I'll
Yeah.
put
You're
some money
talking
on it.
about Witcher, right?
Yeah, Witcher.
Okay.
And like the
Please.
creatures, like the variety of the antagonists in each
Hmm.
episode, like it's
And
crazy, bro.
Yennefer. Oh,
Yes,
mama.
sir.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Sorry,
Jeez.
you said Lord of the Rings, so I thought you were starting to say that was the best adaptation and all. And I'm
No,
just like,
I'm still mad that Tom
no,
Bombadil's not in
that
it because that's
fucking.
like one of my favorite characters
I,
ever.
I
But
I don't want
whatever.
to watch this new
Oh, it's
Lord
gonna
of
be
the
rough,
Rings.
bro. It's gonna be
I'm
rough.
not
I'll be
watching
honest
it.
with you.
I
I'll
will
watch it.
not watch it. I'm not, dude.
it
That is they're disgracing Tolkien in my eyes, man.
it's
Yeah.
tough, man. That's gonna pull you into politics
I'm
real quick, but
It will, and that's what I'm
it's
saying. This diversity shit and all that they're throwing and cramming down people's faces,
Mhm.
shove it.
like
Let's
But that
go.
I'm
world is
cool
broken.
with purist stuff and I'm cool with like adaptation to modernized stuff. Like I'm cool with that. But like some of these stories are just fine the way they wrote them. Just like The Witcher, just bring it to life and it's like holy cats, that's amazing. Like the
Right.
Lord of the Rings movies, there's nothing wrong with them. There are some plot points that are missing. Like I said, I like Tom Bombadil. I think people probably think he's super annoying, but it's like, dude, he was in the book for a smidge, but it's a key plot point. You just smoothed it over, and
Yeah.
whatever.
Some people say that in the movie and all they tried bringing him a little bit in Treebeard,
I
but
guess.
I didn't see it really much,
Yeah, I didn't either. And I mean,
because
Treebird's
in
way
the
further
book,
in.
Tom Bombadil was this
Hey, who
happy-go-lucky
married you?
character, like doodle doo,
Yeah, he's just do. Hey, who married
you
you?
know.
I got you. Yeah, that. I mean, it is what it is. Like,
No, there was definitely some stuff that they left out in the movie, but I still think that see, even Tolkien's son didn't like Peter Jackson's version of it, but I
yeah,
still think Peter Jackson has done the best in paying homage to it.
it's a tough series to put in. They should have done 3 movies for each book, like they did with The Hobbit, because The Hobbit turned out pretty good. I like The Hobbit a lot.
This is how
Yeah.
popular it was. All video games that we play now, mainly that are role playing and or adventure wise, that go off of themes like that, is a fucking play off of Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm feeling where you're coming from. Yeah.
you know the Lich King World of Warcraft. I mean that was fucking Lord of the Rings.
Saruman
Yeah,
or Sauron.
Yeah, Sauron.
Who was the guy in the
everybody
castle?
has somewhat of the art concept of the thing
Saruman.
Yeah, Saruman. There you go.
similar.
So
Sauron.
what do
Saruman.
y'all think we got one more topic. I think we did pretty good today.
Mm.
Or do y'all wanna keep going, or do we wanna?
I mean, I think that's a good place to probably put a pin in it, man. We've been going for 3 hours. We're about 6
Hours.
minutes shy of 3 hours, so
Pretty damn successful for the first episode, man. Ooh,
it's gonna
that
take
was
a
pretty
while to
good.
upload that.
Yeah. Ugh.
I gotta download it, rip the sound out. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, we had some good viewership, some good comments. My boy Sin City just coming through with the like. How you been, man? How's the stream going? I saw you. He was like, he started streaming like right before we started the podcast,
Mm,
and I mean, we had a lot of good viewership. People commenting. We got a couple stars drop. My
yeah,
boy Nico. Check out my boy Nico.
yeah. What
He's a streamer. He's
I'd
a
like.
streamer.
Oops, sorry, I keep talking over you. I'd like to.
No, you good.
I'd like to get some feedback from chat. Things they'd like us to talk about. I mean,
Right.
because we can talk about anything, and we don't definitely want to talk about the same thing over and over. We got a lot of new games that are coming out right now. I'm repping the Elden Ring shirt with the wrong date because they pushed it back, but that game's super hype right now. So we could talk about some video games if people want to hear about that, like our experiences, hopes, and dreams, and whatnot.
Life
There's
in
a
general.
just life in general. I don't know if everybody wants to hear my opinion on life in general, but I'll give it to you for free. So
Life in general, I got plenty of those type of stories. So
yeah,
you know,
Just not us talking, it's the community too.
Just
yeah,
coming through with
yeah.
the like. How you been, man?
So
So
yeah, we appreciate everybody coming through for the Co-op Crew podcast episode 1. Mike, you have a good night. I appreciate you, Nico. We're gonna probably jump on some games or kick it, do whatever we do after this. When do y'all think we'll do the next one? I got
that's up to
we
you.
could
Don't
probably
forget
do
to
like
smash that like, follow, share, subscribe, whatever you got. Smash that thing like you're mad at it. So we'll figure out another date and post it soon. See what kind of schedules line up. Wednesday nights are usually pretty good for me, as well as Thursday nights.
yes,
So
sir.
we'll figure it out. You're the one with the wonky work schedule.
Yeah, next Wednesday and Thursday it'd be bad for me, but because I'll
Yeah,
be at work. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I mean anything. I
we'll
can do
figure it
any
out.
day. I don't give a damn. But
Yeah, we'll talk off stream and figure it out.
yeah, that's all I got, fellas.
Blue, you got a regard on the way out. Blue regard.
Uh, Thanks for sticking around.
Give you a little kiss on
Yes,
the way
sir.
out.
Thanks for chiming in, keeping it going.
Oh yeah, we're gonna rock out. Episode 2 coming soon.
Yep.
Sonny Typhoon, Playboy Plays, Blutarsky, -1. We in this thing. Y'all have a good night. We out.
Take it easy. Sonny Typhoon playing Undefined. Start a raid, end stream with a raid. Who are we gonna stream it to? Who are we gonna
Oh
raid?
damn. I ended my
I only
shit
have
too
one.
fast.
I only have one viewer anyway. Probably you.
No, that's me.
Oh, Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm your boy.
Oh, mine
see, that's
didn't
what I
end.
hate. I had just